Good evening and welcome to another Sunday night show with myself and my gorgeous girlfriend. Well, over Joey's head. You got to get over it.
By the way,
Joe,
Don't be a home wrecker, Joey. I will fight.
So guys, welcome to another Sunday night show with myself and the gorgeous Jen Mitchell. And yeah, we are back doing another top 5 discussion this week on 1982, 1983. And joining us again for this awesome stream, we have Joey Nomad, the legend, the man himself, an absolute badass and fantastic encyclopedia when it comes to movies. The dude is an absolute aficionado of cinema. So if you haven't checked out his Instagram, I'm going to leave it in the link below, but make sure you check out Joey's channel. My girlfriend, she's always fucking here, whether I want to or not. Another mainstay, another longtime friend of mine, the fantastic Ethel Cross, the host of 13 Originals. Ethel, thanks a million for stopping by.
Oh yeah, totally. Anytime, I do my thing.
It's awesome channel. Make sure you check out Ethel's channel. And joining us tonight, a fantastic guest, Tembo Cinema. If you haven't checked out their channel, check out Tembo's channel. A really, really good horror content creator and just genuine, fantastic human being. Make sure you check out their channel. But so 82, 83, we're kind of coming into more of the mainstay kind of cinema of the 80s. We're going out of the more indie stuff and going into larger kind of horror movies, larger sci-fi movies, and we're going from less experimental to more kind of what is the standard nowadays. But before we get our picks, Joey, what do you think was the major kind of shift in direction coming, say, 82, 83 with cinema, with kind of certain styles, certain genres? What do you think kind of changed from the transitional period of 80 to 81? What do you think kind of 82 and 83 offered audiences for cinema?
well, like I said last time, it takes a decade a little bit to find its chemistry, what they're going to be, because if you watch movies like the early 70s are kind of like the 60s a little bit, and the early 80s like the kind of the late 70s. And then once the 80s rolled around and started getting to the high gear, the movies got bigger, and the budgets got bigger, of course, and you had action movies and science fiction movies and fantasy movies. So there's kind of something for everybody. And yet then later on you had the John Hughes movies, which were huge. So once the 80s got, in the swing of it, they started putting out some great classics, which we still love and talk about today.
Cool. No, you're absolutely right, man. That the studios kind of were a bit more generous with their budgets and monies, and that's how we got kind of more expansive science fiction and horror and other genres as well. But as well as Joey said, the remnants of the 70s was slowly dissipating, and we were going into what is the kind of classic 80s genres of sci-fi, action, and horror. Ethel, do you think, what is the kind of the linchpin, the thing that really signified from 82 to 83 that the 80s cinema had landed, be it movies or particular genres, changes to particular genres?
I would have to say that it would be the increase in the budget. Movies across the board, thanks in part to the unbridled prosperity and success of the 1980s, a coke-filled jamboree indeed. It gave studios more money to kind of play with, and it didn't hurt that we had some really big major cinematic hits in the late 70s that kind of proved the way of hey, we could make this much money if we spend a little dough. How about we spend a little more?
So yeah, no, it is the maybe the problematic or not so problematic affluence of the 80s did kind of really drive cinema forward. And yeah, I think that the major defining thing is people had more money and studios were willing to take bigger risks. Tembo, is there anything you think that's kind of what's the big kind of change? What's the spark for Hollywood that kind of made 80s cinema, so to speak?
I think you guys brought up like a lot of like the big points where you're getting like a lot of the 80s excess, where every aspect of the 80s excess was becoming such a thing, and you see that reflected in film from the 70s, where you have all like kind of the more serious anti-hero type movies, and then the 80s you see a lot more I think of it as the decade where like the sequel was truly born, because you have all of these franchises. You have 78 of like Jaws 2 was like kind of like that one that started all of the horror sequels. And yeah, I just think you see a lot more, you see that generation of directors and filmmakers like Spielberg and, you know, that whole generation, George Lucas, all of them kind of start to take over Hollywood from the older Hollywood system. And it's just like a whole new world of creativity. And I think that's why a lot of us, so many of our favorite movies are from this era of film.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's
Very well put.
Yeah, no, it is the kind of, when it comes to nostalgia, for some reason the 80s is kind of the roost. And like Tembo said, you had such prolific directors such as Spielberg. Granted, he got his start in the 70s, but it did with the Raiders movies, and Lucas, the 80s is where they flourished. Jen, what do you think? What do you think was the kind of defining moment for the switch from the 70s to the 80s? Would it be 82, 83?
Actually, 82 might be, because I doing research for this, like you know certain movies in this thing, but then going down the list and seeing all these movies that came out in this particular year. This is a year for grandiose and Reaganomic excess. You know, it's coming, and definitely bigger, and also brighter and happier. Like whatever kind of move now, like Blade Runner and stuff. But a lot of the movies are very fun and very bombastic, and it's a lighten up kind of people. Where like Fimbo was saying, 70s is very, you know, exploitative, gritty, that kind of, you know, a certain message was doing. This one, it's like, come on, people, we got cocaine, we got money, let's party. And it's a brighter, in this year in particular, it's just grandiose in the best way possible, because, I mean, the list of movies, you just down. There's just one after another.
Yeah, like Larry points out there in the comment, I mean, 82, we got The Thing, we got Tron, we got Rat the Cannon, we got fucking Blade Runner. I mean, for science fiction, yeah,
and
for
so many
science
of them came out in May, didn't they? Like a lot of like some of the most famous ones were all like in 1 month. Like
yeah, it's Jesus Christ. Like again, now granted, in some cases it wasn't beneficial because The Thing got buried in a whole host of movies. It also had to deal with E.T. People were like, well, I want the more happy alien instead of the fucking alien that turns a dog inside out.
But the interesting thing, I don't mean to cut you off, Marty, but the interesting thing, because think about, well, we had Annie also came out, but think about it, while children's particular media, it was great, but it was a little bit darker and more balls to the walls, because we had the Dark Crystal, we had The Secret of Nim, and we had E.T., and like E.T.'s really sweet, but there are some pretty dark moments in E.T. Secret of Nim, I mean, brutal as fuck, people. These fucking mice get murdered, you know, and it's done beautifully, and I love Secret of Nim. And Dark Crystal, I mean, those Skeksis, I fucking love those Skeksis. They're evil.
The scene with the podling getting its life force drained, I was like, is this a fucking Tool music video? What the fuck?
We were all kids, and I think that's why we are like a little bit harder edge, because the media isn't dumbing it down. It's like showing us a little bit harder edge. I suppose nowadays it might not look it, but at the time, these were pretty. I mean, the Dark Crystal, I know a lot of parents who wouldn't let their kids watch the Dark Crystal.
At the same time, though, like you say, it isn't as hard now. I think it is. I do
too, but I don't want to come.
I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to be old man at shouting at a cloud going, fucking weak ass pussy children. No, I'm not saying that, but I think kids' movies, directors and stuff, they didn't, as you said, they didn't pander to children. They were like, look, fucking life sucks, and we're going to show kids life sucked. Be it Secret and Inf, be it The Land Before Time, be it fucking Disney.
Watership Down.
Yeah, Watership Down.
We weren't afraid to make them feel emotions. Yes,
Yeah.
kids, it's okay to feel things.
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
abnormal.
No.
Or
That's right, Timmy.
you
That's
don't have
right,
to
Timmy.
guide their
That
emotions
fucking
so much.
it's a thing I think that does need to be kind of brought back, not to such a heavy extent, but I think coddling kids, again, I'm not trying to sound like some old man going kids are too soft, but it's beneficial to know that there's consequences to certain events and actions, and like not everyone fucking makes it in life. So
No,
Jesus
and it's
Christ,
okay.
I've been hanging around you too long, Jen. I'm turning
Oh.
into
Oh, for back in the day when a parent in a Disney film didn't stand a chance past the first act.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, I've been cutting across people the whole time. So I'm going, Ethel, are you ready to roll? I might start with you, Ethel. So
Yeah,
top
sure.
5 from 82. Fire away.
right. This was an incredibly difficult decision since there's a
lot.
So many movies. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Like the honorable mentions is just packed because I can't leave them out. But so hard going. I had my choices. I went with Wrath of Khan, Star Trek
Good
Wrath
one.
of Khan, which you guys knowing me, you know that's going to happen. It's going to be on the list. First Blood, got to have Rambo in there. And then, of course, Rocky 3. So I've got to have Stallone again.
Yeah.
You got my one. You got one of mine.
And, of course, obviously, John Carpenter. So I'm going to have The Thing.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Ethel. Jesus.
And then finally, the piece de risk, whatever the hell it is. I have Poltergeist.
Yeah, Poltergeist is a good one. It's not on mine, but I figured someone would have it.
Yeah, that one, I go way back with that. I saw that back in I think 84, 85. I was real little.
Hot take. I think part 2 is the best one, and I'm a big fan of part 3. I know I'm not hot takes. I like the original Poltergeist just fine, but part 2.
Actually, quick question to any kind of horror aficionados, or yourself and Ethel, Joey, if you can. Do you guys believe it was ghost directed by Spielberg and not Hooper? It's a coin toss, Tembo. You think?
Certain scenes, I think he was a driving force of the concept, definitely. And I think it was more like Spielberg just had himself so stretched at the time while he was kind of forming. So I think he sees Toby Hooper doing great things with Texas Chainsaw and stuff. He's let me give you even more tools and more of a chance to get more eyes on you. I think it was I think it might have been a joint thing there. But Toby Hooper, I think, does deserve the credit, as far as probably doing a lot of the man work for it.
Yeah, agree.
There was always a prevailing rumor that Spielberg kind of ghost directed it, and Hooper was there as well for the more horror aspect, because there is a feel and a vibe that there's similarities between kind of E.T. and fucking Poltergeist, or am I? Ethel,
Drew Barrymore auditioned for Poltergeist first, right? Or it was one of those where either Heather O'Rourke was going for E.T. or Drew was going for Poltergeist, one of those.
You're
So
right.
Don't go into the light, Elliot. Don't go into the light.
Elliot! We did a crossover.
This house is clean.
Yeah, that little woman's actually E.T. The woman they bring in to fucking cleanse the house.
We got to talk to the spirits, Elliot.
She takes off her mask. She is E.T.
That'd be a hell of a movie.
She was waiting for the mothership the whole time.
And Ethel, if you had to pick one that someone who had never watched a movie from '82 needed to watch out of your list, which would you tell people? Fucking beg, borrow, or steal this movie to watch it.
Oh my God. Well, it depends on the person, really.
Yeah,
Because
that's
like,
true.
if it's an action person, well, then I'm gonna recommend First Blood. If it's a science fiction person like me, then I'm gonna recommend Wrath of Khan. And if it's a horror person, yeah, it's got to be The Thing. You thought I was gonna say Poltergeist? No, I said The Thing.
No, the Thing kicks arse, and that made it onto my list as well. Just going over to, because I don't want Larry to think I'm ignoring him. Larry says Secretive Nymph is awesome, and also I think Larry's with you, Jen. He likes part 2 as well.
It's Kane. It's Kane. Why part 2 is probably my favorite. I love Kane.
No, I think I should give some notes, and if not, Hooper probably wouldn't have been able to do some sort of thing. So yeah, I think Larry's with you as well, Tembo. That Hooper directed, but maybe Spielberg's involvement gave him a bit more leeway to get away with some stuff, like fucking guys pulling off their face or certain things
in a PG movie.
Yeah.
2 years before PG-13, but like
what a great
something back then.
I don't think anyone expected that to happen the first time they saw that movie. I sure didn't. I'm like, oh,
that's a bad
trip.
Like,
get a little vein, look in the mirror.
That had to have been how they've written that. Was somebody had a bad acid trip like when they were younger, and they're like, oh, I gotta write this movie. Like,
probably.
That's how it feels getting ready in the morning sometimes.
Oh
Jesus, rip it off! Rip it off!
The 18 gallons of Curacao later, and you're like, fuck, this shit's still bad. But no, they're awesome picks, Ethel, and curse you, because a majority of them are on my fucking list too.
I have honorable mentions, but shall we save those for the lastest?
Yeah, that's what we did last time.
Yeah, we'll do a round for honorable mentions again. But no, they are kick-ass. They are kick-ass picks, Ethel. Joey, what are your picks for 1982, good sir?
Once again, Ethel. Me and Ethel had the same picks. Now, I didn't pick The Thing only because I knew someone else was going to pick it, so that's on my honorable mentions. But I did pick Wrath of Khan, Star Trek 2. I did pick First Blood with Stallone. Ethel got that too. So we got a lot in common, me and her. The other one I picked is which Jen guessed it before we started, is Silent Rage with Chuck Norris. It's the closest thing. It's the closest thing to Chuck Norris versus Michael Myers.
Yep.
So yeah, I love it. It's very creepy and very suspenseful too. Then another movie I picked, because I know no one else would pick this movie, so I knew I was safe. It's 5 Element Ninjas. It's a martial arts movie, and it's so good. It's the special effects are very good in it, and it's wild and crazy. And it's like these 2 clans are fighting each other, one from China and one from Japan, and they offended a Japanese samurai, so he sends a creed out to his ninja friends, and they this Chinese gang, they have to go through these element ninja tests, and it's fire and water and blades. It's really a really good movie. So I love that one. And then another one I picked, of course, is Chuck Norris, Force Vengeance.
I figured
he was busy.
Yeah. Force Vengeance is a really good movie too. He gets revenge for his father-like figure who gets killed by gangsters, and he has it's a really good story how he was just a regular guy, but he was a war hero, but he's pushed into confrontation. So those are my picks.
Joey, quick question. Element Ninjas, is that a Shaw Brothers production?
Yeah, Shaw Brothers picture. And you can't help but think about kung fu movies. You can't think about you can't forget the Shaw Brothers because they had some of the greatest kung fu movies of all time. And
kind of quality there. All you gotta say is Shaw Brothers, and you know you're onto a fucking quality thing. Like,
yeah, and if you haven't seen this movie, it's a fun movie from start to finish. It starts off with the tournament of the China versus Japan, and then the whole movie is just about treachery and deceiving people and revenge. And I just love the settings and the special effects, how they did it. And some of it wasn't like high tech special effects, but it was kind of like maybe cheapish but clever at the same time. So it makes it look really, really cool.
it's like you've got some really interesting picks. I like the fact that you didn't go for kind of super obvious stuff either.
Yeah.
That's what I like about. Again, if you haven't checked out Joey's Instagram, do, because he puts up really cool pictures and posters and
does.
synopsises of some really good grindhouse and martial arts movies. And as I said before, the man is a scholar when it comes to grindhouse cinema, to cinema in general. Please, please, please give Joey's Instagram a look. Absolute fucking legend of a dude.
That's because when I was a kid, the TV set was my babysitter. My mom, when she wanted to get the housework done, she would sit me in front of the TV set, and I would just be quiet and just watch TV all day, and this stuff was warping my brain.
I think that was everyone's
Yeah,
babysitter.
our generation, most definitely. Joey, as always, badass picks. You can't
Very
fucking
much
go
so.
wrong with
Thanks,
any of
Marty.
these suggestions. Thank you. Tembo, are you okay if we ask what your top 5 from 82 is next?
Very interested.
Yes. Let's see here. I picked one that I thought maybe was a little bit more obscure, but it's still pretty like known. Is The World According to Garp.
I was
with
wondering if
Robin
anyone was going to pick
Williams.
that.
Yeah, I remember. I don't know why, but I used to watch that when I was little. Probably because I was like, "Oh, it's another Robin Williams movie," and it like wasn't like wasn't Flubber. But I still like have always loved that movie. It's such like him growing up. I like movies that like it shows someone's whole life from like birth to death. Like it's got also the first ever performance from Glenn Close, who plays his mother, even though like they were like very much like close in age. I also got Tron. I think Tron. You got the new Tron coming out, which I actually think that trailer looks really cool. And I was just watching some videos from the original because it's been a while since I've watched it. But I just love the way that I love the tech in that movie, how like handmade, but they're like pushing computer graphics at the time. I think that's just really iconic, and it's got some of that Disney like magic in it, so it's fun.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm thinking maybe someone has this one on their list. I got Creepshow.
It's an honorable mention on mine, but
I
figured.
okay. Creepshow. I grew up watching that movie. My papa showed it to me, and that was the thing. It's like I grew up on Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, but my parents also didn't mind if I like watched Creepshow at like 5 years old. So that's why I'm like this. So
Me too.
Tembo, have you a favorite segment from the original?
I was gonna ask him that too.
I mean, only because like me and my family quote it all the time. It's "Where's my father's day cake?"
Fucking
they're also good.
Jeff Bridges attempting to dance in that scene.
No, it's Ed Harris.
Oh yeah,
Ed Harris. Sorry, Ed Harris. Sorry, I was thinking of Tron, but Ed Harris trying to.
He has a
dance.
brutal death too.
And Ed Harris with hair trying to dance.
I also really love the segment The Crate with
Fluffy.
Oh,
yes, and what's her face?
Adrienne Barbeau.
Who
Just
was
call
the
me
first time
Billy.
I've ever seen her. So I thought she was like this raging bitch. Like in every other movie, she's just like really sweet and awesome. It was just funny that for a while I thought Adrienne Barbeau was that character, and she's like the opposite. And
Awesome.
last I have Tootsie, because like
What one?
got a good
Dustin Hoffman.
soundtrack. Whenever I think of 1982, because I wasn't alive then, but when I think of 1982, I think like, well, it must have been like that. Like, even though like probably not. But you got young Bill Murray, you got kind of a riff on the whole soap opera thing at the time. And even though like, I could probably go back and re-examine the gender, whatever thing they were trying to say with that. But in general, I just have always loved that film and think it's like a really good comfort watch.
He was trying to get a gig. He needed money. He needed money, and they weren't hiring actors, so he decided to become an actress.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked.
And he was good. He was great.
And I don't want to say anything more about the film because I just about spoiled it. But it's fun. It made my honorable mentions. So
good.
It's a good movie. Really is.
They used to play that on television on the weekends a lot. Usually when baseball games got rained out, which was good for me because yay, no baseball.
For those special kids, that don't like the baseball.
The normal kids.
Yeah, really.
What's so cool? It's just a bunch of men running around their pajamas. Come on.
But Dembo, they're awesome. They're awesome picks. If some young kid or some young person was like, "Hey, I'm interested in what ye old folks used to watch back in the 80s."
We're not old, damn it.
I would traumatize them with Creepshow. I'm like, you gotta go watch Creepshow.
Cool beans. So I guess the last person to ask is my no, I'm fucking with you, Jen. What made it onto your top 5?
This was hard, and there were a lot of horror. Like I guess I'm there was a lot of horror in that year, and but like it might surprise you the horror that made it on my list because this is one that I feel is super underrated, and I think it's a hell of a good slasher. It's a movie we watched the whole series, well, the first 3 on my birthday, if you'll remember, Marty. But I think the first one is like the quintessential definition of just a great slasher, and that would be the Slumber Party Massacre movie. Yes, it's basic, but there's a template, and I love it. And that scene where they're eating the pizza off the dead delivery pizza's body, I just fucking love that. And then they're having sex in the car. It's just so much fun. And the music, and Russ Myers is not like, I think is it just Russ or Russ Thor? It's been a while since I've watched it, but the character of Russ, the driller killer, basically, he just has a drill and he just wants to kill pretty babes in their lingerie, teenage pretty babes in their lingerie. You can't go wrong with it. It's always been a very comforting.
Jen, we watched part 3. You can go very fucking wrong with it, okay?
But the first 2 are fucking masterpieces. I will not hear your sass. And thank you, Scott. Thank you, Scott. Yes, Russ.
Hey, Scott. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Larry. I'm with you on that.
The remake was like okay. Did you see the recent remake?
Yeah, it was fine. I liked it. I just have a real. The first 2 are my favorite, but the remake was good. The director definitely got the spirit of the movies, especially the first 2. I think. But I love. Go back on that one. Like if you love slashers, this is a great slasher. And your guys are thinking, but Creepshow came out, The Thing came out, and she's going with Slumber Party Massacre. Yes, she's going with Slumber Party Massacre. Another movie. I had to do 3 horrors. I'm sorry, but I had to bring up Basket Case because that's another movie. I fucking love. I mean, it's just so cute. They're in the basket and they're brothers, and it's just wonderful. I like all the movies. I don't care. I like them all.
It's a story of brotherly love and brotherly animosity.
Wait, Jen, doesn't Belial get a mech suit in the 3rd one? He gets an automated mech suit.
The 3rd one has some problems. I'm not going to say, but I'm tired of everyone shitting on it. It's not that.
Wait, I haven't seen the 3rd one, but that sounds awesome. I am actually more on board.
He gets a mech suit.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. And then in the second one, Belial does find love.
Yes.
But we'll get there later. I love it. And the visuals of it. I mean, it's just the practical effects. It's just down and dirty. Now, this does carry over from the 70s, but it does bring kind of a more rawness of the 80s. It definitely says 80s, but it has some of the sensibilities of the 70s style filmmaking, that raw. I don't think they had permits for a lot of the places they shot in. It was very much guerrilla filmmaking. And you just it's just a fucking masterpiece. And it's fun. And it has a lot of heart. Like as we we go on in the sequels, there's some problems. I'm not gonna lie, but the first one I fucking love. I don't care. I fucking love. And the last one, at least for the horror, I had to bring it up because I fucking love it. This is a movie. It's kind of a love story, though, because we have a very intimate scene with a glass bottle. I am, of course, talking about the New York Ripper and also the serial killer that talks like a duck. What is it, Marty? What's your problem?
Oh.
Go on, my love. Go on.
You know I love this movie, and it's like a gorehound's wet dream. And there's just something about foreign cinema, especially with them Italian boys that just do it so well. And there's such a meanness to it. And I know some people don't like it, but it's just so much fun. And
No. I kind of like I joke. This would be
it's a balls to the walls kind of movie.
Yeah,
No kidding.
it would be a great double feature with Maniac, kind of
Yes.
real grindhouse, New York grindhouse kind of fucking trash kind of fucking esque. And I'm not saying the movie's trash, but real trashy kind of vibe.
We love
Exploitation.
that.
Yeah.
And also blood lube, Marty. Just blood lube.
Jesus fucking Christ, we were doing so well.
I mean, seriously, that's one of my favorite parts of the movie, blood lube. It's like, wee!
In all fairness, if she was going to pick a movie from this decade, if it wasn't going to be this one, it would have been Porky's. So
I didn't have Porky's actually, but
really, I'm surprised.
I'm more a Revenge of the Nerds girl. I was always more into those movies. But I get Porky's. Now, okay, so those are the horror ones because I try to at least add a couple. And one that I'm surprised nobody's brought up yet, but I bet you it's probably on a couple people's honorable mentions list. I fucking love 48 Hours. It's a bit of an obvious one, but I fucking love 48 Hours.
I've never seen
Yeah.
it.
It's a
You've
great
never
one.
seen 48 Hours?
No.
Was
I've
yours-
Oh, there's a great scene in it where Nick Nolte and Eddie Murphy are in this really redneck bar, and Eddie Murphy goes, "I don't like white people. I hate rednecks," and then he proceeds to trash out the bar. It's so good. He's dealing with these Bubba rednecks, and it's so fucking good. And the music, the band playing in the movie was called the Bus Boys, and man, do they have a really good rendition of "The Boys Are Back in Town," and it's fucking awesome. I used to love to dance to that as a little kid.
Is that
That's
from
so
82 or 83?
82.
Oh,
82.
wow, okay, nice.
It is.
Sorry about that. It's a Walter Hill movie too.
Yeah, it's great. You have two brilliant villains in James Remar and fucking Sonny Landham as Billy Bear and James Remar as this fucking they're pure fucking psychos and they're just going around fucking shooting up. And I think the main reason, the main kind of push for Nick Nolte is they're using his gun. Basically, Nick Nolte uses his gun and James Remar is killing people using his gun. I think that's the first one, right?
Yeah, that's the first one.
Yeah.
The second one is where the betrayal happens. And also, there's also that great scene in the jail with Eddie Murphy singing Roxanne. I fucking love that scene.
But
Also,
you know
young
what-
Nick
you know what-
Nolte is cute.
Yes,
That helps.
especially in this movie.
James Remar, the villain in this movie, he was in Walter Hill's other famous movie, The Warriors. He played Ajax.
Yeah, that's Ajax.
Ajax.
Great
Yeah,
actor.
no, dig it.
I love that guy.
I do too. And he's very distinctive looking, both in his looks and his voice too is kind of
And
distinctive.
then he went on to play Dexter's father on Dexter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still working, I believe.
Look, he's done so many good things. We can forgive him for his version of Raiden in Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Everything's perfect. My last pick, there was a lot that I'd like to talk about, and I'm torn, but I think I'm going to go with a lighter movie because this is a movie that doesn't get talked about much, and it's a really sweet movie starring Henry Winkler, and it's called Night Shift, and what this is about is you know it, Joey. I'm not surprised. It is Henry Winkler. Basically, he's a very nice guy, has the worst luck in the world, and he kind of has this crush on his next door neighbor who happens to be a prostitute. And through the movie, he decides to become hers and others' pimp. And he's a nice guy, so like they're getting taken care of and they're not getting beat up. and it's a comedy of errors, and it's just really funny, and it's also very heartfelt, and it's one that always gets lost in the shovel. It was one of my mother's favorite movies, and I guess that's why I have a soft spot for it.
Jen, more importantly, at any stage in the movie, does he actually activate a jukebox with his fist?
No.
Any
He's
Happy
the
Days
street-
Easter eggs?
He's a streetwise pimp with a heart of gold.
Basically, he is, and he's such an, and I think because he's playing such against his Fonz character. He's not a loser by any means. He's a really nice guy, but he has the worst luck, and he's a very timid guy, and it's very fun to see an actor who we think of as one thing go so against stereotype. I think that's another reason why the movie works. But it's a really sweet one. I would really recommend everyone. It's a sweet movie, or I think it is.
There's some cool pics. If one of them young children kids came towards you and were like, hey, old lady, hey, old maid, what's
First of all, I'd be like, you little bastards, I'm not old.
what would be your recommendation for them pesky kids?
Probably the New York Ripper.
I'll be right back.
Of fucking course. But what yeah, no, they kicked ours. They kicked ours. And again, I didn't mind. I don't mind if people want to make stuff primarily sci-fi or horror or whatever, I don't ever mind. Scotty is making a suggestion here. I like the 1982 thriller movie Visiting Hours.
Is that with Richard Gere too? Is that the one with Richard Gere? I think it might be.
I haven't seen that one. Larry says, I'm still waiting for someone to mention Season of the Witch, Swamp Thing, and Friday the 13th, Part 3. Part 3 is pretty cool.
Richard Gere,
honorable mention.
Richard Gere gives it 4 gerbils out of 5.
Exactly.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
Sorry.
How did that rumor perpetuate? What happened? Does anyone know the origins?
Maybe Cindy Crawford broke up. He broke up with Cindy Crawford, and she just like got revenge on him. Like, I don't know.
That sounds about right.
Cindy Crawford, she waited till he was asleep, and well, let's get the habit trail.
Where's my hamster gone?
Speaking of which, Marty, do you have an officer and a gentleman on yours?
No, look at me. I'm a fucking lad from Western Ireland. Do you think I'm going to be fucking putting officer and a gentleman on my list?
Love lift us up where we live.
I can't. My back. But yeah. It's Richard Gere is just weird. He was on a roll, and then he done a speech during the Oscars, and he done the tactical decision, as Ethel always points out, when if you're in entertainment, don't bring your politics into an Oscar speech, because I think we discussed this before, like with certain things, Ethel, and he brought up Tibet, and you know, China is one of the biggest cinema-going fucking countries in the world with a massive population. And apparently that's what killed his career. He fucking, the Chinese absolutely detested him after his speech in defense of the Buddhist community. And he was, I don't know if the term blacklisted is the right term, but yeah, he fucked himself in the arse with that.
I think in China they call it ex Winnie a Pooh.
Yeah. Yeah, Jesus. So moving on, here is my top 5. So basic bitch boy, I'm going to go with John Carpenter's The Thing. I'm going to go with Dark Crystal. I'm going to go with Rocky 3, just like Ethel. Blade Runner, Larry was mentioning Blade Runner, fantastic movie. Why is Han Solo shooting those women? It's a different type of fight, dude, okay?
He's got to shoot
got a
first,
Blade Runner
damn it.
tattoo, actually.
he you know, it's no, please stop. That's not Greedo. That's an exotic dancer. Please stop shooting. But number one, I'm surprised no one mentioned it. My number one is Conan the Barbarian with Arnold.
Yes!
Schwarzenegger.
I figured
Oh,
someone
I
would
still need
too.
to see that.
That's in my honorable mentions.
It's again, I am a big pulp adventure fan, and Millinus, I can never pronounce the dude's name right. He done a brilliant adaptation of I know she was a replicant, but still, the woman in the back. Milner's done a fantastic adaptation of Robert E. Howard, one of the best pulp writers, to leave it to a Texan to write about a fucking Middle Eastern barbarian. But he done a perfect adaptation of Conan the Barbarian. And yeah, sure, Schwarzenegger didn't look exactly like Conan because Conan has dark hair and a more furrowed brow, but he's as close as you're fucking going to get. And just the cast, Sandal Bergman, James Earl Jones. It's just an amazing movie, amazing cast. Both Sid Mead and Ron Cobb done concept work on that movie as well. And it's just it like Mad Max, it ended up ushering on a whole genre of kind of Conan copycats, just like Mad Max kind of copycats, for better or worse. For every Conan the Barbarian, you have Deathstalker. Hey, check out our hero. By the way, 5 minutes in, he attempts to rape a woman. I guess we're stuck with this fucking dude. So again, it's a double pun, very much intended. It's a double-edged sword with Conan. We got some shitty knockoffs, but what we got. And we got a shitty sequel, but we got a really cool fucking movie. And yeah, James Earl Jones as Tulsa Doom, one of the best. Next to, as Larry says, next to Vader, one of the best fucking villain roles there is. But
This
yeah, that's
is CNN.
yeah, yeah. He just fucking he says that. No wonder people are jumping off cliffs. This is CNN. I can't take it.
What do I do? This is CNN.
Hey, Dice. We
Sure.
got Dice in the chat.
Nice.
Hey, Dice.
But yeah, no, they're my top five. Blade Runner, again, it's a fantastic Ridley Scott movie. Before the man needed fucking, to be put to bed and given fucking Ovaltine. When
There's
Ridley
definitely
Scott,
an honorable mention for me, definitely. I got a Blade Runner tattoo, actually. It's like the only tattoo I have.
hang on a minute, Tembo. I'm gonna
sorry.
solo layout.
No,
No.
go ahead.
Go for it.
Oh, okay.
Go for it.
Oh, that's
Nice.
nice.
Oh, that's just
That's
bad.
nice.
Nobody
That's
ever
cool.
knows
That
what
is
it's
really
from.
cool.
I have to explain it, but
Oh,
That
nice.
Oh, actually, quick question for anyone who is goes with the whole theory, because it's still an ongoing debate between Ford and Ridley Scott. Deckard, Tembo, replicant or not?
I'm gonna say replicant. I think
Yeah.
that's just the unicorn kind of says it, definitely.
Because also, do you subscribe to the eye shine theory that all the replicants have that weird kind of glaze on their eyes as well?
I mean, well, he doesn't, right? So is that why it's hard to know if he really
Okay.
is or not? Because he never had it, right?
Yeah.
And I actually didn't see 2049, even though like I'm such a big fan. I just haven't seen it yet, which is like, so I don't know if they explained anything in that. But
He likes Elvis.
but I don't know. I think that I don't know. I'm not sure about that eye lineup, but I just love that movie so much. It's just so beautiful. I didn't watch it until just a few years ago, though. I didn't grow up with that. It's just like was a later in life find. It's so gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
It's a gorgeous, again, Ridley Scott, fantastic director in the day, still a fantastic visualist. Don't get me fucking started on Gladiator 2 though. Ethel,
It's not like the good quality of Hannibal.
It's when you're Ridley Scott and your brain gets so galaxy, sometimes us regular folk just can't get the fact that the androids are like the gods made by the humans to make the aliens.
oh, just stop, Ethel. That's one of my favorite franchises, and he fucking fucked it in the arse.
What was your opinion on either, how there was like the voiceover version, the theatrical, or like the director's cut? Oh, no, which one do you prefer?
I actually like the voiceover because it lends it more to the kind of pulp
Noir.
Yeah. Okay, like the Maltese Falcon and stuff like that. You get that kind of vibe.
I kind of like it too, but it's also the first one I saw, so it's like it's hard to like, not like for me not.
Yeah,
like it, but...
you have nostalgia for it. You like with other stuff. Ethel, what do you think? Do you think Deckard was a replicant or was he human, or are you like, Jesus, these sad bastards shouldn't be fighting over this?
Well, no eye glaze, but unicorn tattoo. Well, no eye glaze, so human.
Okay.
I mean, the tattoo's a very red herring,
Yeah.
Well, I have a tattoo. It's not in the movie, right? Like,
No.
Well, wait.
The
Can we get the
unicorn
test going?
But yeah, I like, fuck it. If it I don't think it really matters. That's the whole point of the movie. What is it to be a fucking human being? Like,
Yeah.
we're all alive.
Yeah,
exactly.
Gaff even brings it up. Fucking, you did a man's job. So that's the thing. Joey, what do you think? Do you think Harrison was a human or a robot in the Blade Runner? Or
I think it was human.
okay, right, yeah. It's one thing that always confused me as well is his photos in his apartment are all these kind of old black and white ones, and I'm like, okay, so it still boggles me. Jen, did you watch Blade Runner, and what's your thought?
But the person you should be talking to is Sparky. That's their movie.
Yeah.
They fucking love it. I think it doesn't matter. Mine is it doesn't matter because if they weren't human, they are human now. And also, congratulations, Dice. They're starting their first semester tomororw.
Oh, yay!
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I didn't. Congratulations,
No, I just wanted to.
Dice. No, I should have highlighted that Dice. If you. Oh, sorry. No, Ethel, you go.
Congratulations on call. I mean, university. see, I compensate for the British England.
I no, it's going to kick arse because college.
Yes, good luck.
Yeah, very much.
Get fucking pissed your first week. Don't do any work. Fucking enjoy it. But yeah, so honorable mentions, guys. Jen, I'm gonna start with you. Any honorable mentions for 82?
Yeah, no, I'm not going to talk because a couple of them, Joey mentioned Silent Rage, everyone mentioned The Dark Crystal, but I have 3, and I'll try to be brief. But the first one I have to talk about, because this is not a movie I'm per se recommending, but it's a movie I think everyone needs to see because this is a movie that's an odd for the 80s. It would be out of place anywhere, but I think younger viewers would lose their minds. So there was a movie that came out from that was called The Toy with Richard Pryor and Jackie Gleason. And I love Jackie Gleason. I loved Richard Pryor. But this movie, even for 1982, guys, it was supposed to be a comedy, and it's just whoa. Like, everyone should see this movie, but it's not to enjoy it. It's just so uncomfortable. And basically what it is about is this little kid who's rich. His father's Jackie Gleason and is like a multimillionaire. And like, he's in a toy store and he can't find any toys he wants. And he sees Richard Pryor kind of playing around. And he's like, I want that. And then it is sort of a funny joke because like, I want that black man. That's what the line is. And they think he's talking about something else. And then he goes, no, I want the black man. And it just goes downhill from there. Joey, what are your thoughts? And everyone who's seen this movie, what are y'all's thoughts on this movie? I don't get uncomfortable easily, but even as a kid, I'm like, this is so wrong.
Larry says couldn't get this made in this day and age, and yeah,
I feel like the "we want the black man" thing, or "I want the black man." I feel like Lisa Lampanelli stole her whole bit from that.
Oh,
yeah, really. But I mean, I'm not someone who's easily offended or uncomfortable, and even as a kid, I'm like, this is so wrong. Joey, what do you think of it? Because you're familiar.
Well, yeah, like Larry said, that you couldn't make this movie today. It would be wrong, but this is 1982, so it was it's, you know, you can see what's wrong with it now. I mean, when I first saw it, I was just like, wow, it's Jackie Gleason and Richard Pryor together, and the guy from the Honeymooners, you know, and so, but when you watch it again and you're a little bit older, you're like, wow,
How
you
did
know,
this get made?
yeah, it's like how they, you know, and you couldn't do it today because people would be, you know, for obvious
Oh my-
reasons.
Who would we cast in the Jackie Gleason and fucking
I could see them like remaking it, but it would have to have like knowing edge, like a Jordan Peele edge or something, where they're kind of commentary of like how messed up it is. Like I could see, but it'd have to be like heightened or something.
I think they went too far with the R-rated director's cut. Jackie Gleason, they didn't have to show him beating his wife literally. Like, I think that was a little bit too rough. Honestly, I could have done without that.
It's one that, like, I just think, like I said, I'm not exactly recommending it, but it's one that I think everyone should see at least once in their life, just for wow, what the fuck. And this is coming from someone who's not easily.
I'm with you as well, Jen, in the way that like certain fucking Warner Brothers or Disney cartoons that had problematic issues, like Son of the South. Look, we're going to watch this so we know this can never be done again. This is like, no. And then some fucking dipshit like Elon Musk watches it and he's like, oh, this is real entertainment. You're like, oh, fuck.
You could play the devil's advocate that, you know, at the time, like, you know, maybe it was, you know, really not edgy, but maybe they were trying to say something and like, and, you know, maybe it was a little deeper than I'm seeing, but it just one that's like, just with a line with a movie where a little kid is pointing at another human being and going, no, I want the black man. And like, it's just really uncomfortable.
You can like lump it in with those like 80s movies that were maybe immediately maybe trying to be inclusive. Like I think of like C. Thomas Howell and Soul Man.
Oh,
I was just gonna say that with Leslie Nielsen and James Earl Jones and that one too. And
yep.
How the fuck did they get James Earl Jones into that movie? Like, James, this is social commentary. I need to be a part of this. It's like, what?
The funniest part is when Leslie Nielsen, because he's kind of like a racist in the movie, and he's fantasizing about C. Thomas Howell, and he's going, all my life I wanted a white woman, and now I'm finally going to have one. He pulls his wife's tops down, the boobs come out. But that movie, I can still hear James Earl Jones going, "What year, Mr. Watson? What?" You know, and that was, you couldn't make that movie today. I don't think either. That's another one you couldn't make.
No. And there was another one with Denzel Washington and I'm blanking on the name, the guy from Roger Rabbit, where there's a heart transplant. Have you seen that one, Joy? It was from the 90s.
Charles Fleischer.
Is that John Q?
Maybe no, it wasn't John Q. It was early 90s, and it was a very early. It was, I think Denzel Washington was in it, and like he has a heart attack, and he gets Denzel Washington's heart. I can't think. It was from I want to say the early 90s.
I think I saw that one.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the title though.
Bob Hoskins is in it too.
Yes, Bob Hoskins from Super
I think
Mario
it went under
Brothers.
a couple of different titles. That might be why you don't, because I think it was one of those movies that had a couple of different titles.
Heart Condition?
Maybe. Yeah, it might have been something like that. But
I thought
that's
it was,
kind of the same.
Wasn't it? Is it Cardiac or something? Or
it had a couple of different
names. It had
names.
a name that was like, no, it wasn't Cardiac, but I feel it was something like that. I can't remember.
I think it's Heart Condition. It's 1990.
Yeah, that seems about right. You might want to check
that
out.
Bob Hoskins, Denzel Washington.
Okay, so
that's
it's Heart
one.
Condition.
Yeah.
What? Is there any alternate names listed, or is that the only thing? Maybe I'm just having a. Did I make it sound cooler in my imagination?
Yeah, you did actually.
You did.
I think that's a better title.
I remember they used Bonnie Raitt's "Have a Heart." That was like kind of the song for the movie because you know, the heart,
You tell someone you have a heart condition, they're like, okay, calm down. But you tell them I have a cardiac condition, like then they're you're watching them.
They could have done it like in that like Times Roman font, just like big bold red letters, and then they put like the heart monitor friggin' thing through the center of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the echo. The
They put that like right through the center of the name.
Yes.
That would
Also,
have been way better.
Denzel and Bob Hoskins, they're like different ends of like cutie spectrum. Like, I love both of them. They're so good. I don't know they did a movie together. That's so cool.
Yeah, and it's a good movie. It's sweet, but it's another one that's kind of you could probably do it easier than The Toy, but it kind of has the same thing. The other two movies, and I'll try to be quick because I kind of went off on a tangent, and I apologize, guys. One movie that I would tell everyone to see, and I'm gonna totally butcher the name, and it was based partially on true events, not completely true, but Veronica Voss, and what this movie is about was an aging film star who was big in the Nazi Germany, and she might have had a relationship with Dr. Goebbels, and she's trying to make a comeback, and her past catches up with her. It's based on Marty, we were talking about this. It's based on an actual person, but it's a really good movie, very interesting, and I would totally recommend it. And it's shot in black and white, so you got the very avant-garde.
Strangely enough, Eric, no tangents tonight. Although my genitals have been probably brought up or will be brought up again at some stage, but any more, babe, or is that it?
The last horror film. I know Joey knows about that one. It's. Oh, go ahead.
Which one? The last horror film?
Mm-hmm.
Which one? Who's in that? Who's in that movie again?
Oh, it's what it's called. Okay. I was like, what is it?
It's a very low budget. We have the same actor from Maniac is in it. The same I can't think of his. I'm blanking on names tonight. Same actor from
Joe Spinell.
Yes, Joe Spinell's in it, and it's kind of it's very sleazy, very exploitative, and it's one that while everyone knows about Maniac, not everybody knows about the last horror film. And it's just about a movie. They're trying to make a horror film, and it's a real killer during the production. Not a real killer, but in the movie's context, a real killer. It's a good one, and it's one that it's very sleazy, very exploitative. But if you're into that kind of thing, I would recommend it.
I don't think I saw that. I got to check that out because I thought I saw everything with Joe Spinell. So
check it out. It's a good one. And those are like I said, everything else, everyone else already mentioned. So, hi, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
Oh my God, Brian! I saw a movie the other day, and you were in it, and you never told me you were in a movie. You need to tell me these things.
Are you sure it was Brian Ethel? 100%.
It was definitely Brian. He wasn't wearing his overalls, but it was definitely Brian. It looked exactly like Brian. It was definitely Brian. I was not confused at all. It was definitely Brian.
Okay, but bar the Brian movie, what are your recommended or follow-ups, kind of honorable mentions for 82, Ethel?
Yes. Honorable mentions for 1982. I put Friday the 13th Part 3. This is in no particular order, by the way.
Very cool.
I put that in there because it's great. It gives us the hockey mask, and it's in 3D. A lot of people hate that when they do a movie and they make a big deal about it being 3D. If you're not going to make a big deal about it being 3D, why are you making 3D movie?
Yeah. Good soundtrack too. Good soundtrack.
Yeah, great theme. So
best a controversial opinion. I'm going to say it, but it's my favorite of the Friday the 13th themes. I think it's the best.
Nice. I can
it
see
rocks.
That.
Also, Ethel, Trenchy just jumped into the chat. Hey, Trench.
Hi,
Hey,
Trench.
Trench.
See, Trenchy saw it. It was Brian. Brian's famous. He's been hiding it from us. I'm on to you, buddy.
What other ones have you, Ethel?
All right, so I mentioned this earlier, but Porky's, because it's hilarious and it's kind of an odd film to make if you're gonna like. I don't know how to explain it without.
Is it like that generation's American Pie? I guess that's the closest thing.
Yeah. I think American Pie in those movies were influenced by like Revenge of the Nerds.
It's
and
like
Animal House, not.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like Animal House, and except it tries to go further, which it does. But the problem is that they're not in college; they're in high school. So. I mean, there's a scene. There's a famous scene with a shower and a shower hole and a part of the anatomy, and well, hilarity ensues. Yeah, anyway, it's a fun film, so I had to put it on there.
The main thing I remember is Kim Cattrall. Or
Yes.
Lassie.
Early
So
one.
I put that on there. I had to put E.T. on there because
Yes.
Yeah.
That was on my list too.
it's Boss. I even though I don't think it's at all suspicious that he's got a light on the end of the extra long finger and the alien. I mean, what are they known for? I mean,
Oh,
God, I mean,
ouch.
what a terrible position to put those kids in.
Be good.
Elliot. Elliot. That's the guy, Judge. That's the guy who touched me.
Elliot, I said phone home, not the DA.
Not cross-dressing alien.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So I had to put that on there, and then I'm going to put something that nobody could guess that I'd pick, but I'm going to put Annie on there with Carol Burnett,
Tim
Albert
Curry.
Finney, yeah, Tim Curry, Albert Finney. Classic.
It is a sweet movie.
It's a sweet movie. It's a fun movie. It's got a couple problematic scenes by today's standards, but you got to look at it through the lens of back then. Plus, they're going off material that's even older than that. So, like,
Ethel, does anyone ask for a black man?
nobody asks for a black man as if it's something you can purchase and take home.
Wasn't the servant called Punjab though?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at. He's got magic powers because he's Indian.
Ethel, I diced.
It's enlightened. It's a musical, damn it.
My art.
Then again, that's why we got Popeye. Because of that, we got Popeye. So
the comic book films, the comic strip films, like.
And it's fun fact. The little kid in the movie wears this wig, and it's really itchy. So sometimes you can see her trying to itch at it. And she became like best friends with Carol Burnett because initially she was afraid of her due to her role in the film, being abusive and scary. But that was just kind of fun. I thought that was nice. Behind the scenes, they were all sweet.
Carol Burnett pouring liquor into the bathtub,
light bulbs.
Like that's
but alcoholism is beat with the power of love at the end.
Somehow, it's a miracle. It's just love.
Ethel, Dice brought up something. We're going back to ET slightly because I'm going to. I am planning on doing a video of the most offensive because I'm big into action figures and stuff. Most offensive toys ever released in history, and yeah, that fucker is going to be on my list. Basically,
it was sold out.
Yeah, the ET finger that glowed, and yeah, Jen, yeah.
Marty, why doesn't your fingers glow? Why don't you glow sticks or put the glow stick juice on your finger?
Oh, they have body paint that glows in the dark and blacklight responsive body paint.
Ooh, Marty, did you hear that?
There are things that people do, and anyway, body paint is fun.
And we could do tic-tac-toe like when we were done and needed a break. When you needed to get some Gatorade and power up, we could play tic-tac-toe. Ooh, even on my vag, that could be the secret.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Look, for the love of Christ, okay, no body paint, no nothing. Certainly not blacklight paint.
And you get to be the X, Marty, because that'll be fun if we do it on certain strategically placed body parts. Oh, do the X, Marty! I don't care if you win. We both win.
Public disclaimer: we are talking about a dance move with tic-tac-toe.
People watch this stream. They know what they're fucking getting in for. Jesus. Thank you, though. It was a valiant effort. Is there any other kind of runners up or honorable mentions, or is that?
Yes, I will go very quickly. If you guys want to single anything out, single it out. But I'll go very quickly. So I also put Swamp Thing on the list
Love
because
that one
that's a
too.
great movie. Wes Craven.
Yeah.
Fitzcarraldo, you will believe a boat can go over a mountain.
I love that movie. Again, Werner Herzog.
Yeah, I mean, you. How could you not? Right? That almost made it on the list, but it's gotta just be an
The
honorable
making, the making of that. I love the story. Herzog trying to work with Kinski, and Kinski was on a fucking 11-hour fucking rant, and they were working with a tribe in Machu Picchu, and these were very docile people. So the translator came over and said the chief came over to Herzog, and the chief wants to talk to you. So Herzog went over to the chief and roughly translated. The chief asked Herzog, "Do you want us to take him into the jungle and kill him?" And what scared Herzog wasn't being given this question. It took him a couple of moments to answer and say, no, 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 no. He hesitated. So yeah, no, it's a fantastic movie. Originally, Mick Jagger and Jason Robards were going to be the leads in that. And if I have it, if you get the Herzog Kinski box set, that's part of it. And the documentary on that, My Best Fiend, shows the behind the scenes, and the fact Kinski or Herzog didn't fucking kill each other on the set of that movie is fucking amazing. It's a brilliant movie. That's a brilliant pick, Ethel, and I'm cursing myself now because that I would have actually put that on my fucking list.
I almost forgot it, but I'm like last
Yeah.
minute. I'm like, wait a minute, what year was that?
Yeah, shit. But yeah, Ethel, you're dead. I thank you because that is a movie people need to check out. And as I said before, check out the documentary My Best Fiend because oh Jesus, how them two didn't kill each other.
It's amazing. That's a miracle, just like the boat.
But then with Kinski, I mean, everybody wanted to kill Kinski. I mean, it wasn't just a Herzog thing. It was everybody who ever worked with the man or had any sort of contact with the man.
That's like a common thing, though, with like big famous
He's a hell of an
directors.
actor.
It's like actors and directors and producers, like big famous names. They always tend to be that way. Difficult to work with.
They all think they have to be an asshole to be taken seriously.
Yeah.
But it's just a testament and proof how fucking awesome and chill Herzog is, because anyone like Herzog contemplated letting the chief kill Kinski. Herzog contemplated getting a rifle and shooting Kinski in the fucking head and then fucking biting licorice himself. But it's just, again, it's a testament to how fucking good of a director Herzog was, out in the middle of the jungle with that mad ratty fucking lunatic, and you don't fucking kill him. Sorry, Ethel, go on.
All right, and I also have Basket Case on there, which Jen had. The Sword and the Sorcerer, which you wouldn't expect to kind of be. Well, actually, maybe you would, knowing me.
It's a cool movie.
It's cool, but Anyway, Conan the Barbarian's on there. Forbidden World is also an honorable mention. Secrets of Nim, which was mentioned earlier. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
I thought somebody was going to mention that, so I didn't choose it because I thought one of you was going to choose it.
Doesn't have Michael Myers in it.
No Michael Myers.
Favorite Halloween.
He's in it for 2.5 seconds.
He is. In fairness.
Oh yeah. Well, they watch Halloween and reminded that we could have had Michael in the film. And
just in case you're pissed, let's remind you.
Yeah.
It's okay though. It's a good film if you don't go in expecting Michael, which everyone says that now. But back in the day, we all rented it from the video store. We're like, what the fuck is this?
I thought I got the wrong tape. I thought, what the fuck is this?
That's a good score.
No, hey, look, it has Tom fucking Atkins being an absolute fucking pimp. It's like,
we have Night of the Creeps, though, Marty. We have Night of the Creeps.
Yes, but you also have him in this, and he's like, where am I going to sleep? That's a real silly question, Miss whatever the fuck. Like, robot woman, and just it's cool. And Cochrane, Colonel Cochrane's voice, that's a proper Irish actor. Fucking done. That's why he doesn't sound shit, because he fucking is an actual Irish actor. Let's see. You can see Atkins' ass in the film. Yes, exactly. How can you be upset after seeing Atkins' ass?
That's Atkins' ass, everybody.
Askins.
Askins. You were just Askins for that. Atkins ass. Too many A's. All right. So I also have The Last Unicorn on there, which, I'm surprised nobody else kind of mentioned, but it does.
I was going to react to that soon on my channel. I've always wanted to see that.
It's good.
You should totally see it. Oh, sorry, Jen.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off. It's really good. It's a little dark. It's much like the Dark Crystal Secret of Nim. It does have some dark. It's pretty fucking dark. Yeah, I would say this is another one. It's beautiful, but it's dark.
Yes.
You've got an alcoholic skeleton, which is always fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had to have that on there. Obviously Blade Runner's on there. Did I say Blade Runner already? I probably did. Last Unicorn. I put Gandhi on there because
that was my last one. Yeah.
Okay.
That's my whole list now. I love that.
It's just a good ass movie, and I remember seeing it really at a really young age, and I didn't expect to like it. And I'm like, oh god, this is a lot of talking. There's no Japanese guys in rubber monster suits destroying buildings. I don't know if this is for me. Where's the Enterprise? Kirk, Spock. So I don't know, but I liked it.
I had to watch it for school, and it was like everybody was so into it. I think we were all like, we have to watch Gandhi, and then when we watched it, I think we were all like silent and like so into it.
I ruined the mood because we also eventually watched it at school, and right in the middle of the film when she walks in, I'm like, oh my god, Murphy Brown.
I watched it with a bunch of lads, dude, when I was in college, and they were fucking pissed out of their head. They're like, what kind of fucking toga party is this? I'm like, it's Gandhi.
He's hungry, leave him alone.
This is the most serious episode ever. She hasn't shit on Dan Quayle, Bush, or fucking John Sununu. What the hell?
Aye.
So I also had to put Airplane 2 on there because it's compulsory. It's the sequel.
It's fun. It's a fun one. Shatner turns up as well.
Not as good as the original, but it's still fun. So I also put Dark Crystal on there, which we also talked about, and Tootsie, which we also mentioned. That's my final answer. Oh wait, I know I had one more bonus thing which doesn't count, but I'll mention it anyway. At this time, Disney did a bunch of re-releases on classic films. They did 4 re-releases of Robin Hood, Fantasia, Bambi, and Peter Pan, which our entire generation got to grow up with, and probably made us all the better.
Cool. They're good recommendations as well if anyone hasn't checked them out. Tembo, what? I know you said Ethel and Jen.
No, all of you guys mentioned even my favorites, so you can totally skip me. That's cool. I can't think of a lot of other 1982 ones.
But even out of the ones that are mentioned, say what would be your
I had Gandhi. I think Gandhi was the only extra one I had actually.
Okay.
Oh, damn!
And E.T. as well.
Cool. Joy, any honorable mentions for you for 82?
Yeah, I had a couple of the usual ones that everybody probably said too. I got Rocky 3. It's my favorite of all the Rockies. Yeah, Mr. T and Hulk Hogan, Mick dies. So a lot happens in that movie. I got Airplane 2 because the first one was so great. Not as good as the original, but it's got Shatner in it, so that made me happy. Creepshow, of course. The Thing with Kurt Russell, of course. I got that on it. Swamp Thing. I'm a huge Swamp Thing fan. Then I had a movie called One Down, Two to Go. It's where they took a lot of the black exploitation stars from the 70s and they put them together in the 80s. Richard Roundtree, Jim Brown, Fred Williamson, Jim Kelly. So that was a badass movie.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then I took this other movie. It's a Western. It's called The Shadow Riders. It's got Tom Selleck and Sam Elliott in it, and it takes place after the Civil War, and they have to go rescue their women relatives who were kidnapped and being sold into slavery. So they team up with their uncle Ben Johnson, and they will rescue their women relatives from these slavers, and that's when Western movies were kind of dying out a little bit, but they only made a couple here and there. But that's to see Sam Elliott and Tom Selleck together, that was a really good movie.
Oh, that's so funny because I get them mixed up sometimes. Actually, that's cool.
The mustache, yeah.
Yeah.
Mustaches, yeah. No, they're good picks. Go on, babe. What are you gonna say?
I was just gonna ask. I had to cut out for a minute because my internet was messing up. Was Joey? Were you talking about Uncommon Valor? Was that the one you were talking about?
That's my pick for 83.
Okay.
Which one did you think I meant?
Uncommon Valor. Was that the one you were talking about? I came in late, so like.
Oh, I'm sorry. My picks were Rocky 3, Shadow Riders, Airplane 2, One Down, Two to Go, Creep Show, The Thing, and Swamp Thing. Airplane 2, yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Uncommon Valor is one of my picks for 83.
Okay, that's what I was asking. Okay, gotcha.
So no, they're good honorable mentions. I got one honorable mention that I'm surprised no one picked up because I got two very big horror fans here. Bizarre, very fucking avant-garde.
Cat people?
No. Even fucking weirder than that. Very avant-garde, weird alien fucking sexual assault movie. Extra.
Oh, wait, that's 83.
I don't think I've seen that.
No, okay. This is weird because I'm getting 82 for it. I got 82 for it, so I'm just.
I haven't seen it.
I have it. I have it on my honorable mentions for 1983. Maybe you guys got it early.
Yeah, sometimes there's a European release gets it maybe sooner than we do, so it could be that
interesting. So some of our lists might be different.
It was British. It was a British film. So yeah, Marty, you got it early. You did.
Yeah.
You got it early.
Apologies, but it's just I'll lump it in. If it's still criteria, I'll still fucking lump it in because it still falls into 10. Really weird avant-garde.
Actually.
It's one thing. It's just it could be like a real cheap and fucking kind of like kind of trashy alien fucking has its way with a woman, but then like the kid starts hallucinating or starts manifesting his kind of fantasies into reality, and it's really cool. And the other thing I love is there's always some bollocks putting the clip of the car passing on YouTube going, oh, and here's a video from England of someone seeing an actual extraterrestrial, and like, that's from Extra, you fucking moron. it's like, what the fuck? But yeah, no, again, it's apologies about that. It probably had an earlier release over here because it was made in the UK and then got released in the States in 83. But yeah, it still falls in. But yeah, Extra would be mine. So yeah, that's 82 down. So Ethel, 83. What are your picks for 83?
All right. 1983, I have Christine.
Mm-hmm.
And I also have Return of the Jedi, which I kind of had to put on there because it's Return of the Jedi. Ewoks, guys. Ewoks. No, go ahead.
No, I'm that made it onto my list mainly for the kind of rescue of Han Solo in Jabba's palace, and I think that people look at me like a freak and go, that for me that's the best lightsaber fight in the series, where Luke and Vader are just fucking letting loose.
The music makes it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that music as well, where it's just yeah,
like,
it's a great fucking lightsaber fight. Sorry, Ethel, I cut across you.
It's a great lightsaber duel, and it's also got that stuff in Jabba's palace, and it introduced us to Luke, who's more mature at this point in the film. He's had more experience. He's learned a little bit more about how to control this mysterious force that doesn't contain midichlorians yet, but somehow will. And he's gotten better, and it's cool. And he does this whole mystical deal with the cloak, and then you think he's screwed because he's going to get eaten by the Rancor, and then, well, you know what happens. I'm not saying anymore.
Okay.
So I also picked another film everyone has number one on their list. No, they don't. Jaws 3D.
Oh Lord, I figured someone would.
No,
I figured
John,
someone
I'm gonna fucking stand up for Jaws 3D. Do you want to know why? Because it made more scientific fucking sense
Oh
than
God.
fucking Gladiator 2. When
I did not expect
Jaws
that.
3D has more fucking when Jaws fucking 3D has more competency than fucking Gladiator 2, you know Mr. Scott needs to be put to bed with a fucking team.
Oh, Marty. First of all, how's it's the same shark, or that's what we're told, and also they're like psychically linked, kind of, sort of, or it implies
No,
it.
that's part 3. No.
That's part
No,
4.
part 4.
Okay,
Part
yeah,
four
they're all
Makes
kind
3
of
look like a
blur.
masterpiece.
Well, the shark is like Jason Voorhees in part 4, and it comes back.
This time it's personal.
Yeah, only he's more like Michael Myers because he's hunting like his version of Laurie Strode. So like they didn't at all just say, hey, let's make Halloween in the water, but let's make it over in the Bahamas. That's not what they did. That's not at all what they. That might be exactly what they did. It's okay.
Michael
Right.
Caine got a really nice vacation house out of his paycheck with it, so there's
Well,
that.
He missed his
Jen,
Oscar.
we're not talking about part 4. We're talking about part
That's
3.
true, that's true.
The fact it made more sense than Gladiator 2.
God, here we go.
Okay. Look, right. The ancient Romans fuck a shark into fresh water and it survives no bother. Fucking Jaws 3D knew that you can't put a fucking shark into an aquarium of fucking fresh water and it would die. How the fuck did Jaws 3D have more fucking competency than a fucking Ridley Scott movie made last fucking year? You explain that to me. It's bullshit. You can't. Sorry.
Amazing 3D special effects.
Hey,
That
Creepy.
shark,
Hey, creepy.
creepy. That shark, it can break through windows. It's a window breaking shark.
Like Jason. It is like Jason, always going through windows.
Look, I'll give it leeway for that. I'll give that shark so much fucking leeway because it wasn't fucking plonked into the fucking Colosseum. How did they transport that shark? How
In
the
a boat?
How did the fucking Romans transport a fucking shark in ancient fucking times and put it into the
It's
Colosseum?
Marty. You're thinking too hard. These are modern writers. They're sophisticated. Obviously, the sharks were called an Uber by the ancient Romans, and they came
Zeus.
over and they got them. And they also got Grubhub on the way back and liked and commented for subscriptions.
Or the sharks could have been mechanical and they just looked so good no one knew. Maybe the Romans.
They didn't look that good, though, Jen. They
They
didn't
were-
look. The fucking shark in Resident Evil for the PS1, not the remake now, for the fucking PS1 look better than these fucking sharks.
I've got it. It's like the horse costume. It's 2 Romans inside a shark.
Oh, see, that makes sense. That makes sense.
There's 2 Romans in there swimming around, trying desperately not to drown, but also looking fierce so they don't have to fight a shark themselves.
Makes
I thought it
sense.
was a bit much when they put like freaking laser beams on their head as well. Like I don't think they had that back in the Colosseum.
Well, the ancient Caesar invented lasers.
Oh, okay, I see. There we go.
You laugh. You all
Constantly.
laugh, but I'm
Quiet.
fucking serious, okay? This is
Yeah, he is.
We are way off
This is
topic.
the fucking Captain Blake situation
Oh,
all
for
over again.
God damn it, Marty. Can we just go one day? One fucking day.
He's not a pirate. He
Oh.
was a merchant sailor, okay?
And we're back to this. And we're back.
Oh my God,
Sorry,
maybe
Ethel.
Trench, it's like in Xena. A wizard did it.
Yeah. I'm with Ethel. Just go with that,
A
babe.
wizard did it. It was Merlin. He took a break from hanging out with Santa Claus in the Cloud City,
It
and he
was
came
fucking
down.
bullshit. That's what it was, Ethel. Sorry. Go on.
He borrowed the feather, and he came down, and he made the sharks be in the Coliseum, and then he went back up and hung out with
They're
the
Pluto
teleporter that knows everything.
I like Trenchy's answer.
That's a deep dive. That's a deep dive there. No one will get that. No one can dive that deep. That'll get that bends. All right, now we're back to Jaws 3D.
Ethel, before he goes on another rant. Quickly, another movie, quickly.
All right. So a surprising pick, maybe not. National Lampoon's Vacation.
That's a good one. It was
On my
on my
list too.
It's a fun one.
honorable.
Yeah.
So that was a great. It's just hilarious. Chevy Chase. I mean, I like European Vacation the best, but this one is still really nice, and it has a warm spot in my heart. The car with the trash bag airbags, the fucking Crown Vic that's like the ultra. What is it? The Super Vista wagon, or what do they call it?
The Kool-Aid with mixing it with her hand.
Oh my God.
Daddy says I do it the best.
I think
No,
the dog
that's the
fed on
worst
the
joke in the whole
sandwiches.
movie, Jen. Of course, Jen picks like the worst joke in the whole movie.
Hey, Dana.
The first joke that comes to mind. I think of that movie.
There is no Dana, only Earl. No.
Yep, it does have incest. Your creepy's right. Or implied incest. Daddy says I do it the best. Daddy says I do it the best.
You ever bob your baloney?
Please direct your questions via Oscar Mayer.
We can be friends.
Such a quotable movie, honestly. That's on my list too because it's so rewatchable.
It is.
Also, Holiday Road is a bop.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you on that too.
That's the official Griswold theme. But and then
Wally
they have
World, Dad.
they strap her dead body to the car and drive around.
Edna, dog killer.
I love it.
What that she eats the sandwiches after she hears the
She's like-
dog just pissed on him. She's just like, yeah, whatever. It's like Jesus Christ.
We've all had that relative too.
One of my favorite bits from that whole movie is Cousin Eddie, and he's talking to Clark, and he's got a beer, and he's drinking it, and he's like, "Hey, Clark, you want a beer?" He goes, "Oh yeah." So he gives him the beer he's drinking, and then opens up a new beer for himself. I just love that so much.
Joey, do you have any favorite moment from Vacation?
Oh, there's a couple. I like when the car breaks down and they go to the mechanic to get it fixed, and goes, how much is it gonna be? And he goes, how much you got? He goes, how much is it gonna be? And he goes, all of it, boy. And he starts putting the wrench, and he goes, how does your sheriff feel about how you practice business? And he puts the badge on him. He's the sheriff too. I like that. And then anything with Randy Quaid, I can still see him in his underwear, in the bathrobe, and the boots, and he was just hilarious in that. But that whole movie was just when he's bothering the bartender, he's calling him underpants, and he shoots the gun, and that part was funny too. There's so many great parts in that movie.
There were.
I like
an absolute classic.
I like where Clark's son is talking to his cousin. You got Space Invaders? No, but I got a stack of pornos this big.
It's so interesting how Chevy Chase, Beverly D'Angelo, and Randy Quaid are like the constants in that series, but everybody else is like recast, and you just go along with it.
It's
I like
fun.
how they call that out in Christmas Vacation when they're driving to get the tree.
Do they?
Yeah, like at the very beginning, before they get stuck underneath the semi truck, the parents are talking in the front seat, and then they turn back and they're like, "You kids have changed so much, we hardly recognize you."
Oh my god, I never took that as like they were saying that. That's so funny. Now I'll always watch that different. That's so cool. I've seen it so many times, but I never like.
Ironically, they bring back the daughter for a terrible, terrible Christmas
Oh,
Vacation
God.
sequel that me and Jen reviewed.
Oh, for the daughter from this one, like the very first Vacation.
Yeah.
Oh
comes
wow, I
back.
haven't seen that. That must
Don't!
You're not missing
Don't!
anything.
No, no,
Doesn't it star Eddie? Like
Yeah. Oh.
the shadow is
No.
small. Sorry, different Vacation. Good pick. Good pick.
What else you got, Ethel?
All right, and finally, my final choice, Easy Money with Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh, I love that one.
Rod, the basic plot, because no one seems to remember this one usually. I bring it up and no one, it was like, what? You mean Back to School? No, he did. Anyway, I digress. The basic plot is he has to get his act together. He's a slob. He's a drunk. He's a gambler. He's an asshole. He's got to get his act together to get inheritance and become wealthy. And so he's got to lose weight, and he's got to stop doing drugs and drinking and philandering. And all around him is temptation.
Nice.
I never seen that one. I always the earliest one I've seen of his is either Caddyshack or what's the one with Kinnison, Jen?
That is Back to School. Back to School.
Back to School.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a fun
I could have been a contender.
But
no,
it's a great overlooked movie.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I love Rodney.
He's brilliant.
Sadly, no longer with us, but a class act all the way.
Yeah.
No, they're awesome picks, Ethel. They kick ass. Joey, what about yourself? What are your top 5 movies for 1983?
Okay, 83. I put Sudden Impact with Clint Eastwood.
Damn it! I knew that's not the one I thought we'd share, but I'm not surprised we share it. I knew it. Love that movie.
That's the fourth Dirty Harry movie, and that's when he's got the famous line. He goes, "Go ahead, make my day." I love that movie, and yeah, it's top notch. I gotta put a Clinton there, and then another one I love is it's probably no one's got this on their list. It's called Vigilante. It's got Robert Forster and Fred Williamson.
That's a cool movie.
It's kind of like a Death Wish, except there's a group of them, and they go out and they protect their neighborhood any means possible because there's crooked judges, crooked attorneys, and no one's helping them out. And then Robert Forster gets pushed over the edge when they kill his kid, and he teams up with Fred Williamson and these other guys, and they go out looking for payback. So it's an Italian movie, and it's a really cool score to it too. So it's a great trailer. So check out the trailer before you watch the movie. It'll make you want to see it.
Okay.
I gotta say, Joey, that would make a great double feature with Rolling Thunder with Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, and William Devane. I love that one. That's a good one too. Yeah. Here's one that I know you'll probably like, Marty. Revenge of the Ninja. It's a canon film with Sho Kosugi.
You can't go wrong with Sho Kosugi. He kicks ass.
Yeah, and it's a canon film. And then I put a horror on mine. It's a lighthearted. It's not really like a horror. It's a lighthearted mystery. It's like an old timers day of horror actors. It's called The House of Long Shadows.
Good one, Vincent Price and a few others.
Ooh.
Yeah, Vincent Price, Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing, John Carradine, and Desi Arnaz Jr., Desi Arnaz's son, Lucio Ball's son. And
the Avengers of horror icons. Like
yes. And this is a canon film too, Marty. They did a horror a mystery, a canon film. So I love that one because they put all these guys before they, Christopher Lee, of course, went on to do the Lord of the Rings movies, but all these guys would pass away a couple years later. But it was nice to put them all together because they all worked together throughout their careers, and the 50s, 60s, and 70s.
That-
So
That movie fucking caught me out in Dice's quiz because I could not fucking fathom the fact that Cannon got all those guys to star in a movie together.
you know what's funny? They wanted to get Bela Lugosi and Boris Karloff, and those guys were long dead by that time. And they didn't know it. They were so out of touch. They're like, oh, give us the guy that played Dracula. Get the guy that played. They're like, they're dead.
Might be
So they go
hard.
get. Yeah, so I'll let you know, but that I thought that was. I watched the special features for that, but they wanted Bela Lugosi, and that would have been great if they would have done the movie back in the '60s to have those guys, you know. And then my last pick. Did I cut somebody off?
No.
Oh.
I was saying that would have kicked arse if they got those guys. So sorry, Joey.
Yeah.
Go on.
My last pick would generate guessed it. Uncommon Valor with Gene Hackman and Red Brown and Fred Ward, Tim Thomerson. Yeah, I mean it's it's one of those we gotta go get them and bring them back movies like the Gene Hackman's son's a Vietnam soldier who's missing in action, and he puts together his old crew, and they go back into Vietnam to try and Patrick Swayze's in it too, and they try to rescue the son, and it's kind of like the Dirty Dozen because it's a mission where not everybody's gonna come back, but I love this movie. It's powerful, and you know, and Gene Hackman, who just passed away, is great in it too.
Yeah, it's a balls to the walls kind of film. They don't make them like that anymore.
Oh yeah, you're right, Jen.
They're awesome picks, Joey. They're fucking.
I haven't seen that last one, but it must be interesting to watch like Vietnam films, like when it's so close to the war, like people who are really there or going through it. Because a lot of Vietnam movies I've seen are like 20 years later, kind of reflective. So I would want to watch that to see what the beat was.
That was in back then because they had that in Rambo 2. Where he went back, and then in Missing in Action with Chuck Norris, they had that. So you would like the movie. It's a very good story. It's really really good and a lot of action, but it's a good story. And you know, to see a young Patrick Swayze and and Gene Hackman at the top of his game, it's a really good movie.
It is.
I think the 80s was maybe not a time. Certainly there was no healing from Vietnam, but it was a time where Hollywood maybe grew a set of balls and were like, okay, maybe we can broach the topic now, because you had the likes of Platoon, and I know Joey, Full Metal Jacket was late 80s, right?
80s,
or early 90s.
It was 80s.
Yeah, Platoon came out in 86, I believe. Full Metal Jacket came out in 87 or 88. That's a Stanley Kubrick film.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that was a powerful film because what happened with the drill sergeant. He pushes that one guy's. Yeah, he pushes him so hard that he just he went from being this stumbling, bumbling guy to a stone cold killer who lost his mind. And Matthew Modine was great in that too. And it's a very good picture.
It's a cautionary tale of the dangers of the improper use of soap. You don't beat people with soap. You just don't do it.
Again, I think the 80s were when people were like, when Hollywood was like, okay, let's tackle this subject. Not that it wasn't really. Obviously, you had the likes of Deer Hunter and stuff, which addressed it, and then even the horror genre with Death Dream. They don't call it the Vietnam War, but it's obvious that guy dies in Southeast Asia. So, that's the thing.
I also think of House.
Yeah.
House.
Yeah.
With William Catt.
Oh, actually, as well. Sorry, Trench. I've got brain fucking farts at the moment. Sorry, I keep on forgetting all these other fucking movies. Combat Shock and Casualties of War. 2 more fucking great fucking Vietnam movies. But yeah, Joey, as always, great pick. Sorry, Jen, go on.
No, I was just going to say, and like you said, this is another commentary of the 80s because we had people who went through it and lived it and were still trying to deal with it. PTSD and stuff that wasn't in our vocabulary yet, but we were seeing, if we didn't know what to call it, we were definitely seeing the ramifications of it, and the films were reflecting back. So that is something that does carry from the 70s in a different way. I think because war films for a long time, the only kind of war film you could make were, and there's nothing wrong with it, were very red, white, and blue patriotic.
Patriotic kind of World War II stuff, like The Longest Day, or fucking even when they tackled Vietnam or Korea or something, it was like Green Berets. It was like, we're going in there, and fucking John Wayne, the Duke, is handing out cigars and shit. And you're like, people fucking died horribly. And
it's a little propaganda-ish.
Yeah, very much so. But it reflects the times, and the times have changed from then to there. And I think that's very interesting.
You know what's funny was John Wayne admitted he was wrong about the Vietnam War when he started to do his homework about it. He admitted that he was wrong with it, and a lot of people were wrong with the. I mean, it's very, even today it's kind of debatable and stuff. Should we have been there? Should we not? Because it's like but it's anytime you're talking about a war where people are dying, that it's a powerful thing.
Exactly.
Some people
and
in the
people
chat
who go to war generally, it's the poor kids. It's the ones that have the poor kids. Not always. I mean, some of them do serve, but a lot of times it's always the ones that go.
Unless they have bone spurs. Bollocks. Anyway,
the one
I don't know
thing
what you're talking about, darling.
one thing's for sure: war
Is
never changes.
oh.
Gotta have a Fallout reference in there, guys.
I don't want to set the world
that verse
fire. And Joey did their excellent picks. Tembo,
thanks, Mark.
What is your picks for 83?
For 83, my first one is Francis Ford Coppola's The Outsiders.
Yeah, I was wondering if anyone would have that.
Yes.
That's a good pick.
I had to read it for 7th grade, and the fact that S.E. Hinton, she was like 16 years old when she wrote this, and she somehow knew all of the minds of all these teenage boys. That I love the book, and then the movie I thought was like really, really well done. Seeing that, and just packed cast. You have all these guys who are young, and they're about to all go on to do such big things. You got Patrick Swayze, C. Thomas Howell, Ralph Macchio, Tom Cruise, Emilio Estevez. It goes on and on. Rob Logan, probably.
Does it make you want to rumble with the socias?
Yes. Let's do it for Johnny, man. Let's do it for Johnny. Yeah, young Diane Lane. It's just a really good film, and it feels like you're reading a book. Maybe it's because I read the book, but it feels like a book as you're watching it.
It's very faithful.
And Sophia Coppola, Jesus Christ, she whatever about The Godfather 3, because she was fucking desperate in that. She actually does a good job as the little sister in this movie as well.
Oh my god, I didn't even know that was her, but totally, I see it. Wow, you learn something new, like your favorite movie every day. That's so awesome. I did not realize that was her, but yeah, I could totally see it. Like it's so good. Love that movie. Also, okay, so number 2 is Return of the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. Like, it was not my favorite Star Wars movie now, but like when I was a kid, it was probably my favorite viewing experience, just because of how the accumulation of that whole story, and it's a little bit more kid friendly. But I don't think it's like I've never been an Ewok hater, but I'm sure at the time there was probably a lot different like viewings of them. Like, I feel like they were kind of known as the Jar Jar of their time until Jar Jar came along, and people were like, oh well, he's even worse or whatever. But I love them all.
We hadn't learned to embrace Nub Nub yet.
Right? Even though
That's what I tell Marty. That's what I tell Marty every Saturday night.
It's screen debut of Warwick Davis, horror icon Warwick Davis, who played anybody remember the name of his Ewok character?
Yeah, he was. There's a brilliant little behind the scenes documentary called Return of the Ewok, where it's like kid Warwick Davis trying to find the set, and he's bumping into the actors in
Oh
costume.
yeah, and it's so
Real
cute.
sweet.
They're like, bye.
Yeah.
It's so cute. Does anybody happen to know, just trivia? Does anybody know the production name, the filming name of this movie, of Return of the Jedi?
Revenge, wasn't it? Revenge. Well, originally it was going to be. I didn't know the production name, but I know he originally wanted to be Revenge of the Jedi.
Oh
and
yeah,
then he
they changed
realized-
that within a couple weeks of release. It was Revenge.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
because
the
it was
shooting
like
name was
Jedi's
Blue
don't do
Harvest.
revenge. Oh, sorry, Timbo.
Oh, sorry. The shooting name was Blue Harvest, which is that's why the Family Guy special is called
Yeah.
Blue Harvest.
Okay.
Let's see. I got Psycho 2.
That was on mine.
Yeah.
I feel like it's so underrated. I only watched it like last couple years, but you got Anthony Perkins returning. You got Meg Tilly, who is the underrated but still amazing Tilly sister.
Exactly.
And I need to watch. I've actually only watched it once, but it's made like a big impression because it's still only the last couple of years I've seen it. But I just think that I actually found it. I was a little bit more into it than the original Psycho. Which
You're not
maybe
the
that's
only
my
one who
mood.
said that. You're not the. I've heard a lot of people say that. In fact, Sparky feels the exact same way. It's their favorite out of the franchise. See, Psycho is just one of my favorite horror franchises of all time. So I love all of them, but I can see why. And God, usually when you get a sequel, especially so long from the original one, I mean, it just knocked it out of the park. But yeah, it's a fucking fantastic movie, and you were not alone. I've heard many people say they prefer 2 over 1.
Oh, okay. Then I don't feel as bad.
No, and it's Sparky. You're in good company. Sparky feels this. Now, see, I've got the really hot take. Part 3, where the one that Perkins directed, like I love them all, but I have a real soft spot for that movie.
That one's even a little bit more slashery and more like, it's got good stuff
I love
in it. And I just love the story. Like I think Anthony Perkins is a really interesting actor to look up and kind of get into his journey of being, closeted for so long and kind of being typecast as Anthony Perkins. But I like that returning to this role. It just feels really special. And I love him in 3. I love him in the 3rd one and the 4th one. The 4th one I don't think is that bad either. Even though
I love them all. I love them all. I do too. And you know what? He knew something. He knew a thing or two about keeping a secret. I think that's why he was the perfect person to play the titular Psycho, because he knew a thing or two about keeping secrets. And I think there's a lot of mirroring between the two characters. I really do.
And
if you're looking to get into Anthony Perkins movies, you should check out. It's a movie called Fear Strikes Out. It's a baseball movie.
Oh,
and he plays true story. He plays baseball player Jimmy Pearsall, and his father pushes him too hard, and he ends up having a nervous breakdown, and he goes, pardon the pun, he goes psycho on the field when he's running around, and the players are trying to calm him down, they're trying to tackle him, and he's climbing the net, and he's screaming at the fans because his father just keeps pushing him to be the best. And he's just, ever since he's a kid, and it finally just boils up, and he can't take it no more because he's been pushed so far that it's he can't take it. So, but it's a very good film. It's called Fear Strikes Out. If you ever want to check it out,
cool.
He's brilliant. Yeah, he's brilliant in it.
It's really good, Joey. I only saw it because Joey mentioned it to me, and I checked it out. And thank you for that recommendation, because I enjoyed it a lot. I really did. So
next on my list, I saw somebody mention in the chat this is also one I only saw once. I just saw it last summer, but it left an impression. Is Videodrome.
James Woods.
Can't go wrong with Videodrome.
Now, I feel like it's like I love this movie, even though I hate the lead actor. I hate James Woods because Google his opinions of stuff. That's that. But he's really good in it, I will say.
He is.
And also you have from Blondie, you have
Deborah Harry.
Debbie Harry, who's also like an amazing actress in it. And it got amazing special effects, like practical effects. That the video going into the stomach is such like a visceral, but it looks very real and cool. It's like how I feel when I consume these movies. No. And what really stuck with me was the whole thing of the day and age we live in social media and TikTok and all of that, and especially all these kids on TikTok and stuff. You never know who was on the other side of that camera or what's actually going on in the context of that person's life or why they're even doing whatever. and
Mhm.
I think that is extremely horrifying. I think like there is energy exchanged in that way, and I
Mhm.
think the movie kind of was very before its time, talking about the like that comes with a price, whether it be morally or like actually like in
Yeah.
that movie. But I just find that really interesting, and I want to continue watching it throughout my life to see how it remains more and more relevant.
It's exactly what you said. It's just as relevant now, even maybe more so than it was when it was made. Then those are always really special films.
A lot of horror is like that. A lot
Brian,
of horror was calling out stuff that was going to happen a
Mhm.
decade or 2 or 3 down the line, definitely.
Horror is always the first in line.
The-
Not
the-
that we're
the-
biased.
but Brian said it very prophetic,
Mm.
kind of predicting what was coming. Sorry, Tembo, go on.
I had Vacation, of course, so we'll skip over that one. And this one is kind of one that like it's overplayed, so I don't watch it a lot anymore because I am sick of it. But I have to go back to like my original feeling of it to remember like it is like it's not the movie's fault it's overplayed, and that's A Christmas Story.
I was wondering if anyone would hear that.
Because that's just so iconic, and just say if it wasn't on every Christmas, I would have even more of a love for it because it's like nostalgic, and I don't ever remember a time of not knowing it. Basically,
I'm still dumbfounded. Jen told me, or maybe it was Ethel, or maybe both of you, there's a channel just dedicated to playing that fucking thing 24/7.
sometimes like
TBS.
3 of them do it.
TBS.
Yeah, it was TBS. It used to be TNT, didn't it? Before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kinda
Yes.
Yeah,
made the food
and-
difference.
And they do it Christmas Eve at midnight, or
And
just
sometimes
before
they do it on Thanksgiving. Like I
Yeah.
remember a couple times they do marathons on Thanksgiving.
Right.
You'd
And
start
every year, my uncle does the same exact comment every year. They do that so the TV producers can go home and have Christmas themselves. I'm like, yep, Uncle Georgie, yep. He's probably right, but he has to say it every year.
Well,
have you seen A Summer Story? That came out, I think, in the 90s. It's a sequel.
I've heard of it. Because there's been so many like spin-off. Like, that was the first spin-off. Then they had A Christmas Story 2 direct to DVD, and then they had like the HBO Max A Christmas Story or whatever that one is.
A Summer Story is really sweet. If you ever get a chance, I'd recommend. It's actually
That
really
looks like the better one. If you're gonna watch any of the, definitely.
That's what I tell you. Watch that one.
Morbid fun fact: Peter Billingsley is one lucky fucking bastard.
Rorschach.
Did you know? He was supposed to be on the Columbia shuttle. There was a thing to have the first kid in space, and he was supposed to be on the Columbia fucking shuttle.
Wow.
I was watching a documentary about it,
Wow.
and they were like, "Hey, let's put the kid from Christmas Story in the Columbia shuttle." It's like, oh, you lucky bastard!
We wouldn't have got that sequel on HBO Max.
No,
we
we
would not.
anytime they shoot somebody who really doesn't belong being strapped to like a 40,000-ton rocket, like I get nervous. It's gonna go horribly wrong. Now.
I get
When
nervous.
Spider was up there, I'm like, oh shit, no, don't go, Bill. Don't go.
Right. The trench is right as well. That was the other thing that was mentioned in the documentary. Big Bird was supposed to be put in the
Not
chapter as well.
Spinelli or whatever his name is.
But the other thing, can you imagine if it's like as a gag, they glued Peter Billingsley's tongue to the rocket? You know, I'm over there.
He says,
Sorry, I'm a morbid fucker. Sorry, Timbo, I keep on interrupting. Sorry. Is Tembo frozen?
Oh no! Wait, sorry. I didn't have anything else to say. Sorry.
oh,
I was impressed.
the great picks. Some really good picks.
Oh, that's
Now do the
I'm
robot.
just kidding.
They drop the arm. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
but no, they're awesome picks, Tembo. They
Thank
kick
you,
ass.
thank you.
I suppose this fucking one next, I suppose.
Okay, well, I'm not.
Thank you very
I'm,
much.
I'm actually going to talk about, it's not going to be horror. And this is the movie that I'm talking about now, Joey, that I thought you might have, because it has not one, but two actors we really love. And this is a movie that nobody talks about, but I know your dad probably has seen it because he's a Brian Dennehy fan on top of it. This is a movie starring William Hurt, Lee Marvin, and Brian Dennehy.
Is it based on a true story, Jen?
Not exactly. It's based on books.
My old lad, Brian Dennehy's in it. It's based on a true story. That fucking First Blood, the true story it happened. That fucking Silverado, yeah. Try fucking explain. Okay, father, explain Cocoon to me. Like, fucking explain Cocoon. Basically, Dennehy turned up in all these fucking true crime things, and that's like Brian Dennehy's in it. It's a true story. Cocoon, father. Explain Cocoon. Sorry, Jen.
No,
Those aliens were friendly.
this is a movie that it was popular back in the day, but it's kind of one lost to time, and it's a damn shame. It's a thriller. It's not a horror. It's a thriller. And this is the movie that made me fall in love. Marty knows this better than anyone. I've always been in love with William Hurt. Both physically, he was not a bad looking guy, but there was something about the guy that I just really loved. And this was the movie. And he plays an agent, and he's in Russia.
Yeah, I know.
You know it, yeah. And he's trying to solve these murders in Gorky Park. And the actress, I can never remember her name, but when I was a kid and still now, she was the most beautiful actress. Like, if I ever wanted to change looks with anybody, this actress is who I wanted to look like. She had a few movies and then you never saw her again. But she's in this too. And he's trying to protect her. And Brian Dennehy's an American cop because his brother got filled up with it, and his brother gets murdered. And Lee Marvin is this shady multi-millionaire who's like pulling all the strings. It's really good. Also, this is the movie that made me fall in love with Lee Marvin. After I saw this movie, then I went back and started watching other Lee Marvin movies, and I'm like, oh my God, this guy is such a treasure. This is just a great thriller. And it's a good story, and it holds up. I recently watched it, and it still holds up as good as it was. And it's based on a series of books, and there's a lot of books. I've read a couple, but it's and the main characters who you're following. It's really good. So
I need to check that one out. Although I won't tell my old man about it because he'll be like, that fucking happened now.
what were you gonna say, Joey?
I was gonna say I'm with you. I love Lee Marvin. There's just something about him. If you go back and you watch his older movies where he was just like maybe a bit part, and then he started to work his way up to superstar. He always he's got that voice and that stare, and I just love everything he does. And he's in one of my favorite Twilight Zone episodes called The Grave. Where it's Lee Van Cleef's in it, and Chief O'Hara from Batman, and James Best from Dukes of Hazzard. Roscoe Pico Train. But and he's great in that episode. But he's the Dirty Dozen. He's in the Chuck Norris movie too, the Delta Force. I love Lee Marvin.
Oh, I do too. The one he did with Jane Fonda too is also another. It's a comedy. Like Cat Ballou. I love Cat Ballou.
Yeah, Cat Ballou. Yeah.
I love. He's just the epitome of class too. The man that shot Liberty Valance.
Liberty Valance.
Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah,
too.
actually, I think he's got a good singing voice as well in Paint Your Wagon. I was born under. Yeah, I think it's Paint Your Wagon.
But I like this one because he's a little different because he's an aristocrat, but he's an evil aristocrat. But there's still something about him. He commands his queen's presence. But it's one that people don't talk about, and I don't know why. I've just always loved this fucking movie. So if you've never seen Gorky Park, it's a really fun movie. And if you like the movie, check out the books. The books are good too. For another one, this is one that's mentioned. Joey mentioned it, so I won't talk too long about it. But I have to bring up Sudden Impact. It is my favorite Dirty Harry movie, and the reason why I love this one so much is because Clint Eastwood knows exactly what's going on, and he's not going to do a goddamn thing to stop her. And I love at the end he comes and backs her up, and it's a horrific. The movie, if you guys don't know, is about a woman who gets horrifically raped, not only her but her sister, and she goes on a revenge thing, and it traumatizes her younger sister so much she's basically mute. And it's a very, even for a Dirty Harry standard, standards. This one's very dark and gritty. And these thugs that are in the movie, I mean, they're chilling. They're very chilling. And it also has a very cute bulldog. I think this movie might be the reason why I love bulldogs. So, but yeah, it's my favorite one of the Dirty Harry series, and I just really love how, you know, in the movie he knows exactly what's going on, and he's not going to alert the authorities. He's just going to, okay, sure, they just killed themselves. It was an accident, sure. I love it. I love the ending scene of it. But it's really good. Another one that I got to mention real quick that Thimbo already mentioned is Psycho 2. I mean, you can argue that it might be the best one in the series, as beloved as the first one is. I love the whole series, but it is so good. And shout out to both Anthony Perkins and Meg Tilly, because they did not get along very well. So the fact that this product came out is good. No, they didn't get along very well on set. And Anthony Perkins was under a lot of stress at the time, so I can kind of understand, but it still came out so good. That's a franchise that's just perfect. Another movie that I want to talk about that has probably one of my favorite soundtracks of all time, and I'm surprised nobody else has brought it up, Eddie and the Cruisers.
Oh God, I love that movie.
I do too. I wore out that soundtrack when I was a little kid. I still wear it out now.
On the dark side.
About.
And Tender Years. I mean, it's not just the dark side. I mean, Wild Summer Nights. Oh my God, I love them all. And the slower version of Season in Hell. Season in Hell is also really good.
I can't believe I forgot that off my list. I'm pissed off at myself.
You're on with Fitzcarraldo. There's so many movies that came out those 2 years.
There's so many, and Tom Berenger, Ellen Barkin. It has a really, really great cast.
Michael Pare.
Another great one. And it's just about a band coming up, and the times are changing, and are we going to lose our souls and go with the times, or do a Jim Morrison? It's sort of loosely. You get a Jim Morrison vibe, basically. It's really good, and this, even if you don't like the movie, the soundtrack, I don't know anyone who doesn't love that soundtrack. But the movies are really good too. And there's a lot more, but I'm going to have to be basic bitch. There's a few, but I'll leave them for my honorable mentions. The last one is I have to be basic bitch and to go with Scarface. I fucking love Scarface.
I still have never seen Scarface somehow. I've seen so many scenes out of context, but I played Grand Theft Auto Vice City many times, though. So
watch it. It's so good. Brian De Palma.
Fun fact. We got a sequel in the form of a PS2 and Xbox game, and people are like, but he died in the end. No, apparently that bulletproof vest saved more of him than you thought.
Oh, I didn't know that game was a sequel. I thought it was an adaptation. That's so no. Cool.
Basically, the creators were like, they watched Vice City and they're like, hey, that fucking ripped us off. Let's make our own fucking thing. So
that's funny. I didn't know that was the origin of that. That's so good.
One of the upgrades you can get is you can get a tiger to guard your mansion. It will eat anyone that comes onto the fucking grounds, and it's pretty. And fucking Scarface has a berserker mode where it's just a really bad Pacino in person. Hey, fuck you, cockroach! And he's just fucking.
Oh my goodness.
Creepy. If you have a crush on Ellen Barkin, you've probably already seen this movie, but if you haven't, there's a movie she did with Dennis Quaid called The Big Easy that you would really like. If you haven't seen it and you love Ellen Barkin, watch The Big Easy.
But
Ellen Barkin is queen.
Gosh, I always thought she was super pretty too. Unusual beauty, but a very unusual beauty, but very beautiful.
The first movie I ever saw her in was Switch.
Ah, yeah, good one.
Which, like, I don't know why I was watching that at like 8 years old, but I thought it was entertaining.
Oh yeah, I did too.
And then it became like relevant in my life later on, weirdly. So I was like, that's interesting.
Jen, what other movies have you got?
I think I've got honorable mentions. I went through. I got, let's see, Sudden Impact, Gorky Park, Eddie and the Cruiser, Psycho. Do I have one more? No, Scarface. No, I've got 5. That was 5. Yeah.
No, again, Scarface, classic. Can't go
I know
wrong.
it's basic, but I love that. I do. I fucking love that movie.
Also, does anyone else now just think of the fucking Michael Bolton song from Lonely Island? The Captain Jack Sparrow. He switches it to fucking Scarface. This is the tale of Tony Montana. Just like, this whole town's a pussy, just waiting to get fucked. I love that song. But yeah, again, Scarface can't go wrong. They're awesome picks. My own picks. So Everyone mentioned, well, most people mentioned Return of the Jedi. I love it. The stuff with Jabba's at the start is good. Still has its dark elements, like, you know, you got a gangster who's pissed off with his stripper, so he feeds the poor woman to his under fucking pit monster. And the lightsaber battle. I really like the lightsaber battle between Vader and Luke.
Yes.
Um,
Remember when we thought Boba Fett was dead for 40 years?
Yeah, I love the Fett Mando. The Fett Boba Fett kicks
Yes,
ass.
I do too.
Eaten or not. The original plan was that instead of Ewoks, it was supposed to be Wookiees. It was supposed to be set in Kashyyyk, but they couldn't get so many actors big enough to be kind of Wookiees. Hey, Ben Grimm. But yeah, Jedi, it gets a shit end of the stick, but I think it's just a victim of being a movie that came after one of the best Star Wars movies of all time.
The Wookiee idea did come back up in Revenge of the Sith, though.
Yeah, it did,
which is cool.
We got the Kashyyyk battle. My next one is one I put Jen onto and she reviewed, and I love it. It's silly.
I know which one.
It's silly. It's dumb, but it's also cool. RoboCop versus a rat. You have Peter Weller of unknown origin. I fucking love that. It's Jaws. It's fucking Jaws with a rat. You have Peter Weller playing this yuppie, and his penthouse is laid sieged to by this rat, and it is literal a battle of wills between this vermin and Peter Weller, and he goes fucking Captain Ahab. He becomes obsessed, and this would be B movie trash if it wasn't for fucking Weller's performance. He's become so obsessed. He gets invited to this hoity-toity dinner, and he starts rattling off facts about rats.
Rattling.
Yeah, and he's rattling off facts about the vermin, and everyone at the table is so uncomfortable and disgusted, and it pans underneath, and one woman's toes are literally curling from hearing these horrific facts. But it's great. He even has his own version of Quint, this fucking handyman who lives in the basement, who's telling him about, oh yeah, when we dropped the bomb on Hiroshima, the only thing that was left was rats. And you're like, fucking Quint. It's a fun
Their
movie.
eyes were black like a doll's eyes.
If you haven't seen it, check it out.
It sounds like a good double feature with Willard.
Yeah, it actually would be.
Yeah.
Tembo, have you seen that one? Have you seen that one of unknown origin?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Check it out. Weller is brilliant. Joey, have you seen that one?
No, I haven't seen that, and I'm a Peter Weller fan. RoboCop, and I was just watching Shakedown with him and Sam Elliott the other night too. So I'm a Peter Weller fan. I always liked his style, and he had that great voice. He has that great voice too. So I would definitely check that. And I like rap movies. I've watched Ben and I've watched Willard. So those are movies I like.
This is a kick-ass one. You've got a POV from the rat's point of view, and there's also this thing where it's shot where there's this rat animatronic going over a glass table, and it's just like, oh fuck, it just so great. And see, Ethel, you seen that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think I'm too generous with it, or do you think it's cool?
I liked it. I did a review of it based on your recommendation, and I really dug it. And I love the ending was what I loved the most, because of course I would like the ending.
Yeah.
You know, they asked Michael Jackson if he was disappointed that he didn't get to do the theme song for that movie, you know, because he did the theme song for Ben. And he said he didn't give a rat's ass.
Because I'm rat. Sorry.
You're good. My next pick. Freudian slip.
My nipples peaked.
Oh Jesus! I knew it. I shouldn't have said anything. My next pick, Michael Mann movie, incredibly underrated horror movie, and it's fucking badass. a large section of it was cut out. Unless you look for the German fucking laser disc of all things, you're not going to get the full version. But Michael Mann's the keep. If this is fucking awesome. This is like, okay, how do we make people feel sorry for a battalion of Nazis? Put them up against a demonic golem in a fucking medieval castle. It kicks arse. Prochnow, Ernest. No, not Ernest. Fucking, I mixed them up with Ernest Borgnine. Prochnow. I keep on forgetting the actor, German actor's name. He's in it. Fucking Ian McKellen, Scott Glenn, and Gabriel Byrne. Great cast.
Oh wow!
Kind of goes a bit fucking crazy at the end. But I think that's down to them cutting out a large section of Scott Glenn's role, because it goes into a bit more of an explanation to who his fucking character is and what his relationship to the golem is. And it's cool. The design, they actually did. It was so influential that they used the design for the Extreme Ghostbusters, when there's an episode where this Jewish boy is being tormented by these racist thugs. The design for the golem he summons is the same one from Michael Mann's The Keep.
Oh, that's cool. It's like almost like in universe.
yeah, it kicks arse. And you also have soundtrack by Tangerine Dreams.
Oh, I love Tangerine Dream.
Brilliant fucking movie. If you haven't seen Michael Mann's The Keep, check it out. Won't be for everyone, because it drags in places, and you can definitely tell there's some stuff missing. But if you like your kind of stylistic horror, definitely check this out. It kicks arse. So Michael Mann's The Keep. And next one, I'm going to go with, overshadowed by Grave of the Fireflies, which is an awesome movie. But Barefoot and Jen, if you haven't seen that movie, great anime, more optimistic than Grave of the Fireflies, but more harrowing as well, as you get to see the effects of the bomb being dropped on civilians, such as children and stuff. Great anime movie. Has a sequel as well that's a bit more optimistic, but again, it's a great portrayal of what Japanese civilians had to deal with after the bombing of their country. And if you are a fan, if you liked Grave of the Fireflies, God knows how anyone can like Grave of the Fireflies.
I do.
If you got,
I don't rewatch it. I've never rewatched it. But
yeah. If you want to see something from a kind of similar perspective, but that delves a bit more into the aftermath, definitely check out Barefoot and Jen. And lastly, the best Masters of the Universe movie never made. It's essentially a Masters of the Universe movie. Krull. I fucking love Krull. If you from the Rel the Cyclops to the Widow of the Web, to the Slayers, to fucking the Beast, to the Glaive. This is Masters of the Universe. That's not Masters of the Universe. You have the Beast in his castle. That's a giant stone spaceship. Comes down, kidnaps the princess. Prince has to fucking recruit some badasses. Gets a wizard. Gets some prisoners. Gets a Cyclops. And
this sounds very familiar.
It kicks arse. They have to take on different monsters, different creatures. They have to domesticate fire mares, which are horses that can run so fast they can run across the sky. And it's bad. It didn't do well, sadly. We did get a Marvel comic book. Parker Brothers made a game. Kenner were this close to making action figures. They didn't, because the movie didn't do well. Absolute fucking labor of love. And yeah, Trenchy said it here. Let's see. Krull is amazing. You have good guy Cyclops, flying horses, and sci-fi elements. You want a Masters of the Universe movie. You weren't happy with Dolph Lundgren in a leather Speedo. Well, give this a go then. I highly recommend it.
How can you not be happy with Dolph Lundgren?
He's
It's
a
not,
nuclear
no,
physicist.
he's good, and he's okay with He-Man, but this is
And
more.
Principal Strickland was in there.
I know, but still.
I kept expecting him to call him a slacker. Hey man, you're just a slacker.
Ethel, what's your Ben? The glaive is one of the best kind of 80s kind of sci-fi weapons. Ethel, what's your thoughts on fucking Krull? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was?
It's great. It's in my honorable mentions.
Very cool.
Anyone else see Krull? Anyone else has any thoughts on Krull?
No,
Or?
I think I only saw it featured on, I think, the guys that do the In Search of Darkness. They did the sci-fi In Search of Tomorrow. I think they talked about it on there, and I was like, that looks cool. I gotta check it out.
I feel bad for the young actress that played the princess because she had a very refined she had a very refined but obvious American accent, so they dubbed her over, and whoever done the fucking dubbing, the voice doesn't line up with her lips. It's like,
ADR.
Cohen. It's like, what the fuck? But yeah, no.
I'm used to that with Godzilla films, though, so who knows? Maybe I'll like it.
You'd be used to it by now. But again, Krull, can't go wrong with that. Yeah, so that's my top five.
Pick. Yeah, very good.
Jen, I'll move backwards, guys. Honorable mentions.
Ooh, backwards, huh? Okay. I do have a few honorable mentions, but I will try to be quickly. But I do have a few. One, I'm surprised nobody, but I didn't have it either because I only had so many. Is Cujo? I'm surprised nobody has Cujo on their thing. D. Wallace. It's an amazing movie, and this is one we're getting a remake, guys, and this is one where I wish we would do the book. Like, I know Stephen King prefers the ending of the movie, but I wish we would do the ending of the book. And if you haven't read the book, it's a lot darker of an ending, but I really love it. And Dee Wallace is just our horror mom. Like, I mean, for us horror people, she's our horror mom. So really good one. Another one that I'll go a little lighter with is one, and this is one that was definitely reflecting of the times now. And like dude bros, like Andrew Tate's and stuff, this movie, if you showed it to them now, would melt their minds because it was Mr. Mom. Gasp, man, totally womanly chores.
You mean a dad?
That vacuum cleaner was out for blood, Jen.
But I mean, seriously, it's funny. I mean, gasp. I mean, like, those Andrew Tate motherfuckers probably would consider this a horror movie. Women going out in the workforce. Eek.
Cherry Gar, R.I.P.
I know, exactly. And she's so good in this too. I like how she's just calm, even when things are going, like, she's just pretty chill. And like, I love how Michael Keaton, also this really does show the comedic chops of Michael Keaton. I love how he goes nuts in some scenes. And it also just shows how the funness of being a parent. Like, you sometimes do feel like you're losing your mind. And I'm sure if men aren't as used to it, it would probably be even harder. It's a fun movie. It's a funny movie, and again, reflecting the times. Two more. I've got three more. I've got to talk about a Canadian giallo that no one talks about very much, called American Nightmare. This was a really good movie. Now, it's a sleazy exploitation kind of movie, and it has incest in it, among other things, because I at least have to have one movie that does.
At least you're consistent, babe. At least you're fucking consistent.
It's from our friends Canada, and it's a giallo film. Joey, have you seen it? I think you'd really like it.
What's the name of this movie again?
American Nightmare.
Who's in it?
Nobody. You probably might know some of the actors. I can't think of anyone off the top of my head. It's a Canadian giallo, and it's about a guy trying to find out about his sister, and you go into an underworld. It's pretty predictable, but the stylistically really elevates the film, and it's low budget to begin with.
Well, I like low budget movies, so I have a attraction for those movies. So I'll definitely check that out.
Very, very cool. Two more, and this one I think people should see, because like, you could argue the merits of this movie, but it probably did it the best. There was a lot of knockoffs of this movie. Chained Heat. How does everyone on the panel feel about Chained Heat? Why are you looking at me like that, Marty? You heard me. Ethel, how do you feel about Chained Heat?
Chain Heat. I don't. Wait, which one was Chain Heat? I haven't.
It
seen
was-
I
it.
don't think I've heard of it.
You could arguably say it's like the women. It was the women in prison movies where a woman who's totally innocent gets thrown in, and like there's rape, there's drugs, they get brutalized by the guards. This was a very big thing back in the day, where women in prison movies, and a lot of people say this is like the creme de la creme of it. Why are you looking at me like that, Marty? There's some merit to this movie.
I'm familiar with this genre. I'm surprised I haven't seen this film.
Yeah, and check it out. I can't. You probably will know some of the actresses. No one big name, but if you're a movie person, you'll know a few. It's really good. Marty, say something.
Yeah, that sounds.
Is this going to be a
movie.
trashed?
It might. It might. It might.
Thanks, Ethel. Thanks a fucking million.
And the last
Hey, it's not Let My Puppets Come Too.
yeah, it's not that.
Yeah,
bad.
that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah,
That's the sequel. It's not the number 2. It's TOO, and then it's got like stuff on it.
It's pretty good, and like a lot of people say, creepy, you'd dig it if you like the Linda Blair movie. I know which one you're talking about. That is a good movie. And the last one, and I'm really surprised no one brought this one up. And this is going from Chained Heat. This is gonna be kind of a little bit of a turn, but I fucking love Terms of Endearment. Still, Magnolias is my favorite Cry Me the River kind of chick flick movie, but I gotta give it up to Terms of Endearment. I loved what?
Nothing. I just hey, check out this double bill. Chained Heat followed by fucking Terms of Endearment.
A good double feature.
Yeah. So those are some of my picks. Those are some of my honorable mentions.
Those are good.
Thank you.
Didn't you do Ordinary People last time? Is that you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you do like those sentimental kind of movies.
Like to end with a good cry.
Yeah, I do. I actually believe Marty.
She showed me movies, and I had to have a good fucking cry after them as well.
I have a duality.
Sometimes you need a movie to get you right here. What do the kids say? To hit you in the
The
feels?
Yeah,
Hit you in the field.
That's
The
what
feels.
those kids say. Aye.
That's the rascals with their hula hoops and fax machines, Beanie Babies. You damn kids, get off my lawn!
Dembo, what about yourself? What movies, honorable mentions of you?
Here's one that I thought was going to be mentioned is The Dead Zone.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
Very
I'm
relevant.
mad.
And you just have to let me do it. You have to let me do it. The ice is gonna break.
Christopher Walken.
Yeah, so like that's brilliant film. Also one that I didn't watch when I was younger because I didn't think I'd be interested in it, but like now that I've watched it when I was older, like I feel bad that I didn't grow up with it. And I remember being on TV, the Anthony Michael Hall TV show. I don't know if anybody watched that back in the
Yeah, it's a good show.
Yep.
I love that show.
Is it good? I haven't checked it out.
It's very good, very good. He did. Anthony Michael Hall did he said he wanted to do a great job because he loved the Christopher Walken movies so much, and he does it. He even does the mannerisms with the eyes and stuff like that. And
the thing I loved about your show as well, they had Jeff Buckley on the fucking opening credits, and I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't know when it was shown over here. That Jeff Buckley
Was that on Sci-Fi here? I think
USA. It was
USA.
on
USA Network. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
they own Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
So they would have the thing too. They own NBC too. Damn, they're fucking Disneyed up.
Universal. Like
Yeah.
I also had Cujo.
Yeah,
'cause,
Cujo.
Cujo's amazing.
Yeah.
One that like isn't a good film necessarily, but it's nostalgic, and I had to put it on is Superman 3.
A lot of people actually have nostalgia for that one.
Yeah, it's definitely
Brian
a
was
downgrade
talking
from the
about
first
that.
two.
Mhm.
In the chat there, Brian was talking about that.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's definitely a downgrade from the first two. I think was it Richard Lester? I think directed the third one, and they go into the slapstick a little bit more, and there's a horror element to the end with like the computer lady villain that's horrified a lot of children, I think.
my favorite thing about Superman 3 is Richard Pryor done an interview with an English men's magazine called FHM,
Oh god.
and the guy interviewing him, is a bit of a lads magazine, so very candid. But they're like, Mr. Pryor, did you ever do drugs while you were filming a movie? 'Cause have you seen Superman 3? Of course I was on fucking
Everybody
drugs.
was on drugs. I do think that movie though, like, really has a great performance from Christopher Reeve, like, you know, playing
Yeah.
the darker Superman, and I think that's within a movie that's like kind of so. That's like a really good performance.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
they
all for
lifted
my
the
list.
whole they lifted the whole computer plot for the thing in Office Space, which was a funny little joke.
Oh wow, okay, that's funny.
They even say it in the movie, which is funny because it's like, yeah, that's cool.
That's another one I need to see. That's like I know is so classic for people.
But they're good. They're good potential kind of movies that people should check out. Ethel, what about yourself?
All right, so I'm gonna try not to repeat the ones on my list that have already been mentioned for the sake of brevity. So I'm gonna go with Octopussy.
I figured you would. I'm
Gotta
not
have some James Bond. Gotta have Sean Connery.
And it's just a movie called Octopussy. Pussy, Marty, pussy.
It's great. It's great.
That's how I love
Like
the
it.
sequel, Octomom.
That's scary.
Starring Natalie Sullivan.
So they were gonna have Octopenis, but they thought that might get that NC-17 thing going on. for it.
Octovagina doesn't roll off the tongue, you know.
No, it doesn't.
Oh my god! If they made that now,
Well, it
it would
does,
be one.
but
If they made that now, it'd be one of those super cheap, like ultra CGI, like giant octo.
Like
Yeah, it'd be
a
an asylum movie.
Vagina.
It'd be an asylum movie, Ethel, directed by the guy who fucking gets off to women having seizures in shark movies. What's that fucking director
Yeah.
again?
Octopussy versus Octopenis.
Penile.
Battle for-
I like penile better. Penile. Penile, Marty.
I'm in
they're like
penile.
90
I'm in
tall.
penile.
I'm
Right.
in denial.
So I have that on there. I have Monty Python's The Meaning of Life on there.
Good one.
Something Wicked This Way Comes, because
Oh,
it's
that's going.
such a mood, that film. I got War Games on there. I have War Games on there. Psycho 2 is also on the list.
Hey.
Good one.
And let's see, Flash. Did we talk about Flashdance? We got
I was
Flashdance.
surprised someone didn't bring that one up, actually. I figured someone would have.
I thought someone was gonna do the dance routine, but I'm a little disappointed.
Get the bucket of
I know
water
it.
ready.
I know.
I love
So
the
get
stunt
that.
double that is doing the dance routine at the end, like the obvious stunt double. It's like it's so funny.
That's a fun film.
It is.
I have
Like
V
funny.
on there. I know it's a television miniseries, but it's on there. It's got Robert Englund. It's V, guys. V.
Can't go on repeat.
Always wanted to see that.
I got Blue Thunder on there because helicopters are cool.
Yeah.
You got to have Porky's too the next day because seen the first one. You got to find out what happens the day after.
Well, they were on that sequel quick, huh? Like
Yeah, they would like it. I have a suspicion that they shot it at the same time, or they started very shortly after shooting the first one.
they thought it was gonna be the Friday the 13th franchise of sex comedies. They were just gonna go on. Porky's 11.
This is great, guys. This is going to be the next National Lampoons. We've got money, I tell you, money, money. They're all having their double bourbons with their cigars and their double chins.
I
So,
got ash caught on my double chin.
It's great. It's going to be just like in the 60s. We're going to make pictures like the old times, I tell you.
The toy kind of did that, asking for a black person.
Jesus.
I tell you, have you ever seen a minstrel show? Wait, no.
I've
Will
watched many
someone
men's
sit this
shows.
person down and show him the miniseries roots, please, for the love of Jesus?
For God, if anyone can save them, Geordie LaForge can.
Toby,
Kinte.
yo, Toby.
Take a look. It's in a book. It's reading Rainbow.
It's Kunta Kinte.
Hey, he is chief engineer now. That man has respect.
He should have been. Side note: LeVar Burton should have been new host of Jeopardy, but that's another discussion.
I hear he gets free air filters for life from Fram.
Really?
Actually, that was on my honorable mentions. I have no eyesight anymore. Yeah, Sleepaway Camp is another one. That's one me and Thimbo and a few other people will be talking about in June.
Also on my honorable mentions, Sleepaway Camp.
Yep.
So there's a repeat. Twilight Zone, the movie. I was kind of surprised no one mentioned that in honorable mention. I mean, it wasn't terrific, but it was nice.
Yeah.
Those bunnies, that bunny special effect blows my mind.
Rob
it looks
Bottin,
so crazy.
Rob Bottin done a fantastic job on the creatures for the animated, the quote unquote live animated section with the
How
kid.
did they do that for 83? It looks like it's computer.
It was
Tembo.
It was Rob Bottin. The man was a fucking wizard. I mean, between the Tin and the Howling, he absolutely fucking slayed it like back there.
Legit magic.
Let's see. I also had Prisoners of the Lost Universe, which I guarantee none of you have probably seen.
Not familiar.
You've got
I feel like one.
You've got electrician by day, kendo stick wielding fun guy by night. Well, we don't really see that part, but he's got a kendo stick in the back of his pickup truck and an extension cord, and he's not afraid to use it.
Kendo stick is a fighting stick, Jen. It's not his penis.
Yes, I'm not. Oh my god! I said stick, Jen, with an S.
I thought it was a euphemism.
But he gets trapped with this woman in a parallel universe, and he has to use electrician skills and his kendo stick skills to save them.
Are you sure it's not his penis, Ethel?
Well, if it is, he is extremely well endowed. That thing is at least 20 inches. It's big. It's a big stick.
Get eye out with that, Jen, son.
So I had to get that on there because it's just what the fuck, electrician. This is believe it or not, this is the second cheesy movie I've seen where the hero is an electrician.
Marty, instead of an eye, you're uvula.
The other one was Devilfish, which was an Italian film where you've got an electrician hunting a octopus shark from the prehistoric era.
I love that one. Someone dies, and the kind of deputy manager of the fucking restaurant is going to her boss, who's an absolute fucking idiot, and she's like, "I've got bad news, Harry," and he's like, "Oh, what happened? Have you been raped? Do you need money to get rid of us?" And it's like, what the fuck?
I like the freaky lady with the weird makeup, and then she's in the science lab, quote unquote, and it's just really awkward timing because he's on the computer and he gets a text message which didn't exist yet, but they exist in this film, and it's like, "I love you, David," and this creepy robot voice, and then the camera's boom, right on her weird face, and it's like, what the fuck? Is she a robot?
I like that.
It's a fun movie.
Kendo stick, yeah, on the face.
Well, that's in fucking Devilfish, which is weird. Marty, you know the scene.
I do. It's a weird one, but it's a fun one. It's a weird one, but it's a fun one.
Pee Wee Herman out there for a second. So yeah, I had that on there. I got Strange Brew with fucking Rick Moranis, John Candy. Strange Brew.
Yeah.
Good comedy. Lots of fun. Mortuary. It's not a bug hunt, guys. It's Mortuary.
A lot of people like that one.
Never seen it.
Sparky likes that. We did a review for it a couple of Halloweens ago. It's good.
I'll check it out.
Yeah. It takes place in a mortuary.
I would have never guessed.
I thought it was going to be in an
It's not an
Applebee's or something
ambiguous
myself.
It's not an ambiguous title. I also have the Lou Ferrigno Hercules on here because that's a lot of fun. Get the
He
Hulk.
fucking tosses a bear into space and it becomes a constellation.
Hell yeah! Fucking hell yeah! That's what Hercules does, man.
Okay.
And then he wants to travel to another planet, so he attaches a rock to a chariot, then fucking hammer tosses the chariot into space, jumps on with his missus, and the inertia of the rock traveling through space pulls the chariot. It's fucking amazing.
He stole that from Mercenary Tao. That's how Mercenary Tao flies.
Nice.
Yes, I have that on there. And you know what? Don't you ever say never, or don't you ever say never. Never say never again is what I'm trying to say. I put that on there. Sean Connery is back as
It's James Bond, but we don't have the fucking license.
Right.
Kim Basinger is in it as well, right?
Yep. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh yeah, and
copyright
Mr. Bean.
No,
Mr.
it's
Bean is a spy as well.
Yes.
Atkinson.
Yes, it's great. Well, I mean, it's not great, but it's
something.
It's like when there's a solar eclipse and they're like, now don't look up at it, look at your shadow box, and then you look up at it anyway because you're like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to be looking at.
Watching this movie, you just got the feeling, okay, Sean Connery was pissed off with MGM and he just did it to fuck with him. He just did it.
That's true.
So I got the right stuff on there as well because
how's it going?
Gotta have it on there. Love it. And we mentioned Christmas Story. We mentioned Sleepaway Camp. Mentioned fucking Cujo. Mentioned Krull. Mentioned what else did you mention? I think we got it all.
Very cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my list.
That's a solid list. Joey, what about yourself, dude?
Well, a couple of mine were mentioned already. I put down A Christmas Story. It's my favorite holiday movie. I love Darren McGavin, who plays the father. He played Kolchak in the 1970s TV series, which I love. So I got A Christmas Story on there. And then I got Scarface. I didn't put it in my top ones because I knew somebody else was going to put it. But you got to have Scarface. It's one of Al Pacino's greatest performances.
Scarface.
Yes. My mom actually loved that movie. My mom loved the movie, and she watched it like every year. She put on, what are you watching? Scarface. So
I love it.
So I got Scarface on there. Of course, I got Vacation. I got on there too, which because I love Chevy Chase and Randy Quaid, and it's just a fun movie. It's one of those movies you just, if you want to laugh, you put it on. You're gonna crack up at the same parts over and over again. I got 10 to Midnight with Charles Bronson. I got to put Charles Bronson on there. It's he's tracking a serial killer that's killing women in lingerie, and it's a good flick. It's Charles Bronson, man. I mean, I love Bronson. Big fan of his.
And even though he's killing women, he looks great in lingerie.
And the last one I got, I don't know if anybody knows this movie. Is called Rumblefish.
Yeah,
I've heard of it.
Marty talks about it.
Yeah, it's got it right here just in case. It's a Francis Ford Coppola movie. It's got a lot of the actors from The Outsiders in there. It's got
Give us a look at the cover there.
Okay, Matt Dillon.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. It's got young Mickey Rourke and Dennis Hopper's in it, and it takes place in the late 60s, and Mickey Rourke and Matt Dillon are brothers, and Matt Dillon idolizes Mickey Rourke's character, and Dennis Hopper's like the alcoholic father, and
That's cast.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Diane Lane. I mean, it's a young Nicolas Cage. is in it. Christopher
I wonder why
Penn.
he was cast. No.
Yeah.
His talent. His talent.
His talent.
I mean, with a cast like that, how can you really go wrong? You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very
No,
true.
it's a
Yeah, but
solid one.
it's a movie that a lot of people don't know about, they've never seen, and it's it's a really good story, and Mickey Rourke, you can't believe it's the same guy. It's Mickey Rourke when he was a really great actor and a good-looking guy.
When he was cute.
And
Yeah.
and remember, kids, it's Rumble Fish, so Kanye West is not in it.
Bad
Joey-
Boys. I've seen it.
Trenchy has a question for you, Joey. Have you seen Bad Boys from 1983? He says you'd like it.
Yeah, you would.
Oh yeah, with
Sean Penn.
with Sean,
right,
Sean Penn and Clancy Brown.
Yeah.
I remember Clancy Brown with the radio up to his head, and there's like some kind of dynamite, or and he blows his ear or something like that. But it's been a while since I've seen it. But that's a really good movie. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I remember it was Sean Penn and Clancy Brown in the movie.
We used to have that in my house growing up on VHS, and I would look at the cover like, who are these white boys? Like, I don't get it. Like, what do you mean? That, like, but now I get it. I haven't seen that movie yet, though.
It's good.
It's a good one.
They're again classic picks, Joey. You can't fucking go wrong. I got one, and it's a weird one. It's an exploitation from Brian Trencher Smith. It's called Turkey Shoot, but it also goes under the alternate title of Escape from Camp Thatcher. It's set in the future of 1995, if I'm not mistaken. Steve Railsback and Olivia Hussey have to escape a concentration camp in post-apocalyptic America. And if they want to escape, they have to participate in a turkey shoot where these aristocrats hunt them. And yeah, it's bizarre.
Wow.
It's you have fucking one kind of mad lesbian dominatrix horse riding woman trying to fucking get some other poor female prisoner off with a crossbow bolt. You have a dude going around in a forklift with a giant circus mutant attacking people. And it's bizarre, but it's entertaining, and if you like exploitation, give it a look. But yeah, guys, they were all awesome fucking picks. They all kicked arse.
I don't know. You looked at me very judgingly for Chained Heat, Marty.
Look, you know what? In fairness, as Ethel pointed out, it wasn't Let My Puppets Come Too. So, you know what? It isn't that bad. It isn't.
Well, okay, good. We'll do it for a trash fire.
Okay.
Let my puppets come too. The Squeakquel.
Ethel, stop fucking saying shit to her. She's gonna take
Alvin
it.
and the Chipmunk's gonna sue somebody.
Oh, Jesus.
You know, we haven't done any pornos in a while, Marty. Not to put you on the spot, but we haven't.
Aren't we
Oh
doing
my
fucking?
Let's go to the
Pokemon.
Italian Stallion. That's a good one.
That's a good one. Stallone.
Referring to the Stallone
Jesus
films.
Christ.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
I
Still
have to do
haven't done that.
Pokemon
Not
and
to call you out,
SpongeBob SquareNuts and Playmate of the Apes.
That one we're doing for the next trash fire. That's our next trash fire.
What was
Okay.
the one with Bigfoot?
There must have been a Marty pick.
Did you have one with Bigfoot?
No, I don't.
That
think
might have
so.
been Sparky, actually.
I remember you going on at length about this.
That's
Maybe
probably
it's
Is
Sparky.
I bet Quentin
Is-
Tarantino likes that one.
Is that a Bigfoot porno movie?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It was. I got a friend named Joel. He's on Facebook, and he talks about. I never saw it, but I think it's called Sex Squatch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Joey, you're the nicest dude ever, but I'm gonna fucking kill you if she makes me watch that. Okay.
Why do you know that name?
But yeah,
For sex squatch.
Agent and
My
Ninja.
mom's name is Sasquatch too. It's like Batman versus Superman. I don't know why.
hey Ninja.
Why'd you say that name?
But yeah, no, that was a cool list. I think we covered some interesting movies. I
Yeah.
think we covered some stuff as well that people didn't know about, so they can check it out.
Yeah, that was
Uh,
really great. You guys gave me so much news shit to watch. I'm excited.
No, and again, Tembo, you added to the repertoire as
rock.
well of things to check out. So thanks a million. I'm gonna do my usual thing of letting folks plug or promote what
Ooh.
the Jen. No, it came out of my mouth before. shit, shit,
Oh
shit.
boy,
I
this
can't.
is taking a turn.
You
There's
know
a
what,
fucking going on.
Joy speaks for me now on. Okay, God, fucking
You
damn
don't
it.
think I'll sexually harass him through you, right? It's not cheating because it's you.
Oh my God damn it. Okay. Right. Jen, what have you got on your channel? Come in. Fucking bastard. Fuck. Jen, what is on your channel at the moment and will be also coming to us? I can't. Shit.
Just
What's your fucking channel? Okay.
No, what is on the channel right now? For you guys who have not seen Final Destination, get your asses to the theater. All the hype is real. It's like sometimes you guys know me and Sparky don't always agree with all the mainstream, but this is one like much like Sinners. The hype is real. It's beautiful. The Tony Todd will make you cry, but it's also funny and some great kills and the music is awesome. Just check it out. But there's a review on my channel. But go see it in the theater. And there's going to be a lot of other stuff coming as well. There's going to be a new Tales from the Crypt episode coming pretty soon as well. So
Yes.
Cool beans. Tembo, what is on your channel that people should check out and what's going to be coming out on your channel as well?
Okay, well, currently I just started a new little series called Media Mining, where I'm going to start recording my little trips to like thrift stores and all where I find DVDs and Blu-rays. So that's kind of new. I also recently did reactions to the movie Orca with the killer whale.
Oh,
And upcoming, I'm going to be doing, I haven't recorded, I'm just editing it. I'm taking forever to edit it. But I'm doing a reaction to the movie Curfew from 1988-89, which stars a young Kyle Richards in this kind of cheap thriller role. And, you know, basically, other than that, me and my friend, we do Friday the 13th reactions and all of that. So check it out at Dunbow Cinema.
Cool. And again, I'm gonna have links for people in the description below. It's a pain in the arse to try and set it up before the fucking stream goes out. Ethel, I know you're kind of busy with stuff at the moment, but is there? I asked you last week, but is there another video you're proud of or you want people to check out? Be it a live stream, be it a review. Is there any other thing people should go check out on your channel at the moment?
Well, I did a thing a while back. I was trying to start a thing, Go Ape in April. I did a review of the Planet of the Apes franchise, just the original ones,
ooh, nice.
which is pretty detailed and in depth. It might be a long watch. I believe I get harassed by my cat in that video, so that was fun. Check it out.
Cool beans.
That sounds
And
great.
again, I'll have a link to Ethel's channel below, and yeah, definitely check out Ethel's channel. Joey, you kind of mainly operate on Instagram at the moment, although, and he's gonna fucking want to kick me in the teeth. I still think you need your own channel. You're a fantastic.
You say that every time I come on here.
It's
I'm
true though.
sorry.
He's right. And if you want to kick him, don't kick him in the dick. If you have to kick him in the teeth. Just don't kick him in the dick.
And
Thanks,
if you have to
Dave.
aim that low, aim for the taint. At least everything else will be safe.
Well, if you've seen the movie
So-
Teeth, it's the same spot.
True.
No, I enjoy coming on here and hanging out with you guys and stuff, and it's fun. And yeah, I was on a channel before, and but coming on here is fun for me. And we're supposed to do those canon films.
Yes, I apologize. That was my fuck up. Myself and Joey had a really cool project lined up, and I ended up starting a new fucking gig. I will do it. I will fucking get around to doing it.
I'm only messing with you, man.
No. Fucking, I'm a man of my word. I promised. I'll get to it. I'll certainly get to it faster than the pornos. I promised Trenchy and fucking Sparky and Hugh.
Pokemon.
Fucking Pokemon. But yeah,
And I haven't forgotten The Sopranos, Joey. I have not forgotten The Sopranos, but I figured it'd take a while to watch the show. So, but
Well, I'm actually, I just got done with season 1, and I'm starting season 2 tonight. And the way I'm watching it, I'll be done pretty quick. So
then I'll start.
yeah. So
do you have? I don't mean to cut you off. Keep cutting you off, Joey. I'm sorry, Thimble. Do you have a fan? Are you a fan of The Sopranos? Because you'd be welcome on that stream with us.
I actually haven't watched The Sopranos. I've seen like the pilot episode like 5 times because I try to watch it, but it's like one of those ones that I know like once I started I'll binge it. Also, big Lady Gaga fan. Lady Gaga has a cameo in one episode.
Yep.
So
she does in the first.
Yeah, I will be checking out your guys's. Maybe I'll start watching it while you guys talk about it and kind of pair it with that. That could be fun.
Joey, I have an idea because I'm having trouble finding. I have an idea where it might just be you and me. If you're okay with that, if that's okay with you,
that's fine. Like I said, I'm enjoying the show. I love it. I love all the characters. I mean, like I watched the first episode. I said, let me watch the first episode, and then I was watching the second, the third, the fourth, and I was next thing you know, season 1 was done.
I know that's a show that you just do that. Yeah. We might. I've got an idea. I think because I don't want to keep you waiting, but I know you finally got to finish the thing. But it might just be you and me. And is Marty's going to say, "God be with you"?
That's such
God
a good
be with
idea
you. Go with God. God's going to sit this one out. God's going to sit this one out.
You got to come on with us just for poor Joey's sanity.
I'm more of a baritone, so I'm gonna pass.
But yeah, definitely check out these awesome people. Also, before I go, I want to thank everyone who stopped into the chat. We have Brian, Kubrick Lover. We have Scotty. We have Creepy McGee. We've sorry, Trenchy. We have the Soulless Trenchcoat, aka Trenchy. We have Dana Earl, and my fucking mouse is going all over
Ben
the
Grimm,
Brian. Ben Grimm, Ginger Ninja. Who else have we, Jen?
Creepy. Echo Car. I can't pronounce the name. Echoes. I can't pronounce it. But
Echo
Echoes
Kiro, I think.
Echoes. Yeah, and there's that one, and there's probably the guys that are watching. Oh, and Dice was in, and Eric was in. Also, shout out to anyone in the trench coat watching us. With just a trench coat on. Shout out to you guys.
Beautiful people. Thank you.
Thank you to all the silent people watching and not commenting.
You voyeurs.
Yeah.
Fogging up the glass on the screen. It's okay. It's all right.
God damn it, Ethel. Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. It's been a while.
We also had Larry. Larry Katz. All great people.
And Scott. You probably mentioned Scott. Yeah.
But yeah, with that, I'm going to end it here. But again, big thanks to all my guests. Big thanks to our special guest, Tempo Cinema, for
thank you so much for having me. This is such a great first stream with you guys. Thank you.
It was a blast, and you're welcome anytime.
Anytime whatsoever. Anyway, with that, I'm going to end it here. Good night. God bless, and take care.
Good night, everybody. Good night.
Penis. Marty's penis.